We are live.
Alrighty then.
Okay. In that case, I believe we can start with the stream. Very good, very good. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. I guess in Europe it would be good evening, depending on time zone. My clock says 6 p.m. has just been over. Of course, for my co-commentator, the time is very different. Hello, QK, how are you?
Howdy how.
Howdy how. So here we have Vortex Gallery Online 2023 Guilty Gear Xrd Rev2 for the European region. My name is PRK. I'll be one of the commentators. QK, is there anything you want to say to introduce yourself, to say about this event?
This is probably gonna be, or in my head, this is gonna be like one of the biggest brackets that we've had in a long while in the EMEA region. And looking at the turnouts, it kind of seems that way. We like how many? I would have to pull out the 37 signups. Yeah, that's a pretty decent amount of players for your usual double elimination bracket in EMEA region.
Definitely, definitely. 37, and one of the other things is also that there is one thing that surprised me very positively, which is the high skill variance in the bracket. We're having, and of course, like the time that these people have played. Some of them are definitely players who picked the game up once rollback got announced, became a thing. Some of the players playing for a pretty long time. That's something that very much makes me happy. Seeing new players find their way to Xrd, seeing that it is a game that interests them. I do find it weird in a certain way that I'm saying that as if Xrd was an old game. Doesn't really feel that it should be old.
Yeah, at the same time, it kind of is. It's like,
Exactly.
how many years? 7, 8 years? And that's...
You know what? I will say that Xrd came out when Rev 2.1 came out, because that's the game we're playing.
Yeah,
I will not mention that the game was out before that.
the perception for a lot of players is very different. Like, some of us have been there since the console release, the vanilla version, but then along the way came dozens and dozens of new players, and everybody has a different starting point in sort of a way.
But you're like me, right? Or did you play the game before the console release of Sign?
Not really. Well, I was as soon as the game was available for console in Europe, I was already playing, and of course I was watching as well throughout the arcade only era when we still didn't have the game yet, while the Japanese people did.
Yeah, and did you actually, was Xrd your first Guilty Gear, or did you play Guilty Gear even before that?
Yeah, I've been playing for quite a while. It's, I guess,
before.
casually I started, like, of course I did the whole thing and tinkered around with Missing Link, but for like realsies, I think I started playing during Reload.
Damn. You're one of the real ancient gamers.
Yeah, but then again, like, not competing at a super high level. It's still a very casual.
I mean, on my end, it's very similar, and I very fondly look back at when Xrd was coming out. Not only because back then, like everywhere, every anime scene I've seen, be it in the Europe, be it seen through the lens of Twitter in NA or somewhere else, like release of Xrd was a massive thing. And it was just that every anime scene will at least try it out. So it was a very connecting experience. And I remember two things that I find very funny. One of them is obviously that I was really into it. I was watching footage going, damn, this looks so good. Like, I kind of wish that character had that thing they have in Accent Core or this thing they have in Plus R, but still, this is so cool. I'm so excited for this. But the second thing, funnily enough, was that I was really not looking forward to the game because I was in love with BlazBlue Crown of Phantasma. And I was just so sad that people would no longer play it. Interestingly, through turn of events and me enjoying Xrd so much, I no longer played BlazBlue. But I very, very much remember people were having the conversations with me going, yo, Guilty Gear Xrd, it's only coming out in 2 weeks. It's going to be so great, so much fun with everyone. And I'm just thinking in my head, I want to play some BlazBlue.
Yeah. I mean, at the time when Xrd came out, ACPR or like the XX series was super old as well. So we kind of have the same kind of conundrum now with Xrd versus Strive as we had back then, ACPR versus Xrd. And, you know, it's the community has like people who love those games who didn't want to move to the newer games have for the most part stayed with the game and have kept up with their respective communities. And it's beautiful that we have 3 Guilty Gear games actually runnable nowadays. Like you can find events for any of these games, not just for the newest one.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of the things that I am really happy about. Not just as a consumer, obviously, that Xrd and Plus R have rollback, and I like the games. But the bigger thing about it is that it really put, once again, energy into these games. And that's something that's just wonderful to see. And it makes me really happy that so many players can enjoy the games I've been enjoying myself. Because truth is that, like, some games I simply aren't clearly for me. It's completely fine. Not every game is supposed to be for everyone. It seems that my energy is going more towards Xrd, and I'm just glad that I am able to share my excitement for this game with others.
Speaking of Xrd and excitement, we could look at the brackets a little bit before we get started. So some of the observations right off the bat, the biggest one, of course, I would say out of the 4 top competitors or who we consider top competitors in the EMEA region, only 2 of them are going to be present today. It would be namely PsychedelicPet Potemkin from Denmark and Kidiot Johnny from Sweden.
Definitely 2 hot favorites. But not the only ones. Not the only ones. There are still other players we're seeing that could very much be actually the ones taking the throne. Like we've been, for instance, talking about Scopedog, a Portuguese Zato player.
I was gonna actually say that, you know, it might be that because Pedia Raven and Nifi Sol are not present, this might actually be a more interesting bracket when you think about it. Because if you have like the 4 top players participating, it's very, very high probability that you're gonna see one of them taking the tournament. But having only 2 and then having a couple of like handful of those wild cards with them, such as Scopedog, or another favorite I have my eye on, EIiitti, for instance.
But wait, I need to ask. I heard your pronunciation. You said EIiitti, but I thought it was EIiitti.
Oh yeah, it's a mix-up. It's voiced EIiitti, but written with a capital I.
Why? Is that like a thing in Finnish that 3 I's would be L, or is that just how it is because that's it is?
No, it's I think it's just EIiitti's elaborate name mix-up for everybody who they deal with.
Right. No, but definitely I see it the same way. EIiitti's Milja, and EIiitti has been putting quite a lot of work into Xrd recently. Like, the player has been playing Xrd previously during delay times, but then started playing other games. Melty Blood, for instance, became one of those games. But then, now, rather, with rollback, I've seen them on the grind. They blew me up. I've been blown up. My pride does not prevent me on saying I've been blown up.
Yeah, kind of same. It's like the casuals I've played with EIiitti recently have shown me that they might be in, if like just my random analysis, they might be in the best condition that I've ever seen them. So this is a really good opportunity to see if they could potentially reach the top. Of course, it's like they probably lack the raw experience and the heavy hitting power that some of these other top names such as PsychedelicPet or Kidiot have, but the potential is there, and there's just a lot of hidden untapped potential and a lot of uncertainty when
Definitely.
facing a player like them.
But even then, some other players in the bracket, like seeing some names, Visor, I don't think I've seen them on Xrd, but doing very well for themselves in Plusar, Xrd, one of the European classics as well, Snow, a UK Kai player, Leapfrog, also very commonly doing well for themselves. There is definitely a lot of players who have the potential to go really far, and I'm really excited, especially because, as you say, very typically, if there's a tournament in EU, the way it is that if there's the top dots, typically tournaments are going to stream the winner's bracket. That's just how it is. Like, that's not to blame. But it also means you very commonly end up seeing Pija versus Kidiot for the 50th time.
Right.
And I love watching my boy Pija. I love watching my boy Kidiot. But of course, we are likely going to see something different today, which is very exciting.
And a lot of the sort of bottom end of the seed, there's like a dozen or so players that I'm not super familiar with. So it would be like a super big treat to see them maybe advance past like round 2 or even 3, seeing those new names actually put on some results. And that could potentially happen. It's like there are names like Gideon or Visor coming from other games that have shown some really great results on the Xrd front, even though this is not their main game.
No, I mean, that's how it always is. That whenever there is someone who you've never seen and they do well in the bracket, everyone wants to see them win. Everyone's gonna cheer for them. I actually got into real life troubles at one tournament because one of the guys from the scene, like, there was a completely new guy that came up to the tournament, and not to say that he was doing like great, that he was insanely good, but at the same time he was doing well enough to like play against a like very much OG at that time of the scene, and they went pretty even. Literally everyone was cheering for the new guy, and like there was the OG person obviously came to us and was like, "Yeah, you assholes! Like, why are you doing this? Why are you cheering against me?" We're like, "Boy, this is our new boy."
Yeah, it's like our getting new blood to the scene, like especially an oldish game like this. It's exhilarating, like being able to potentially be part of the journeys of those upcoming new talent. It's exhilarating. It's like, of course you would cheer for those people.
But I mean, EIiitti even explains the lore. The lore is very simple. That it was taken, EIiitti was taken on Xbox Live, so they had to work around it.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I have a similar story where when I was playing Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition version 2012, I was playing on PC, but I didn't have the game on Steam. A friend of mine bought it, like the actual physical disc version, didn't end up playing it, so he just gave it to me. The game installed itself with Game for Windows Live. I could play online with only one problem, which was that I couldn't change my name because whatever reason. And Games for Windows Live just automatically generated my name as Shoeier Snake 33. So everyone was thinking that I'm playing like under some sick, dumb, stupid fake name, when in actuality I just couldn't even change it. Like, I became Shoeier Snake 33.
That's a really powerful nickname. I mean, I'd be pissed if I lost to a guy named that. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of potential with that.
I mean, that was really common. That, like, very commonly people, very obviously in the mail, and I mean, of course, AE, there was so much hate mail everywhere. That was part of the fun. But even more so, most of them were thinking that I'm just like some fake shit, making fun of everyone. Just going, no, I'm trying to play the game.
Let's see, who else is there? There's also like super interesting names like Badoor. Do you know more about them? I feel like I've heard a lot about Badoor before, but just never watched any of their games before.
Badoor is the Venom player.
Ooh.
The Venom player. They've been entering some of the events, doing fairly well, not getting the results of the top players, but not getting bad results at all. But Badoor, with rollback, because they're from the Middle East, they're now able to play with Europe. And they have a lot of knowledge. They're incredibly active in the Venom Discord, have been for years. A lot of tech was discovered by Badoor. So also one of the players I'm very interested in seeing further.
Yeah, that explains it, why we just haven't like potentially ever played or seen them participate. It's our Lord and Savior rollback that now giveth and enables this interesting matchup that we just couldn't play before.
Yeah, I mean, mathematically speaking, if the ping is going to be like area that people that you can play is a circle, it becomes a significantly bigger circle with rollback.
Mm-hmm. That's why we can actually call this now EMEA instead of just European only kind of an event.
And I mean, even then, the way it kind of was that then you'd get like matchup of Portugal versus Finland and unquoted, unnamed Finnish player would kind of tell you how horrible it was, how he's never entering anything again.
That's true. It's like that's a very common problem, or has been in the past, for especially Finnish people, because we're so damn privileged with our fast internet and having a pretty decently sized community within ourselves. So the moment we actually have to play like a 2 or 3 frame delay matchup, it's like no.
No, let me play my Swedish friends.
Yeah.
that is the most foreign person I will acknowledge existing.
I mean, literally, some people were like that, and whereas like other people, that might be the reality where they keep playing like always 24/7. It's like 3 frames or more because you don't have anything else available. You don't have players available close to you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it's not even just fighting games. Like, I very much remember, even for older games, Nordics were very often just playing very much together. It was kind of difficult to even get to play them. Like, there would be a good guy you want to play in whatever game, and just even being able to reach out to them and go, yo, see me, just nigh impossible at points.
Yeah, and then it's a coin flip whether they were, one of those guys who just wanted to be a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Sociable. We're leaning on a little more on the sociable end of the fighting games instead of just being, it has to be competitive. If there's like too much delay, there's like, no, I'm not gonna play it.
Right. And I mean, but I kind of understand it. Like, you're gonna be in the middle. You have your own cottage in the middle of Finland, in the middle of woods. There is nothing to do in the evening, so you just end up getting yourself a nice beverage and playing a fun video game.
Yeah, just chill. I guess in that case, you want the game to run as well as you can. Finland really hasn't been the only case of that happening, though. We have like communities such as the French people have played among each other for a long time, understandably for some, internet-related issues. UK players have been... Well, UK is an interesting case, though, because sometimes the UK players can't even play with each other. And then there's the Russian scene as well, which has been, has interacted with the other scenes like moderate amounts. I guess in that case, the sort of limiting factor has been the language barrier for the most part, because I think Russia...
That's one big thing, and the other thing is, of course, Russia is pretty big, and there are not all of the players live in a place where they are bound to have solid connection to mainland Europe, for instance. They are way too far for that. But I actually found out that it was about a year ago that there is a cultural thing that Czechs and Finns share.
Oh?
And I'm not gonna say it's not alcohol related.
Damn, that was my first guess.
It's actually leading to the previous thing I said. It's related to cottages. Like, apparently I've been told that many people in Finland have their cottage in the middle of woods somewhere. That it's a big cultural thing.
Yeah, because we have so much free space up north where nobody just lives. Just have your summer cottage there.
And turns out that not so much these days, but that was a big thing in the Czech Republic as well. That like most people just had their weekend cottage in the middle of nowhere, in the woods, next to a lake or something. They would just go there every weekend.
You know, funny thing, usually the idea behind that is you're going into the nature and leaving all your sort of mechanical appliances behind. But back in the day when me and my friends would go to a summer cottage, our regular gear would definitely include a console and a fighting game and a couple of fight sticks, and we would totally like get wasted and play fighting games at the summer cottage.
Enjoying the nature.
Yeah.
Enjoying the beauty that the nature offers. Like getting to the cottage, seeing the frozen land, the cold trees, and just going, nah, fuck this, I'm gonna play some video games.
All right.
No worries, it's all good.
And so apparently we are settling some bracket stuff. Moderate amount of no shows apparently going on.
Well, wouldn't be a proper tournament without those.
Yeah.
Alright, in that case, let's see. Since the bracket, we're seeing the DQs, we're getting to a certain stage, we know what the options are. Let's make this more interactive. Stream chat. Who would you bet on? If you would, not only the first player, no, let's make it a top 3. Who do you think is going to take this? Who's going to be the second? Who's going to be the third? I'm actually really interested in seeing what is the general consensus on the result of this tournament.
I think especially like starting from top 3, it's gonna definitely diverge a little between who people, you know, who's everybody's
Yeah,
favorite
but you also can go like, yeah, who do you think is gonna be the 6th or like 5th? Who is gonna be on the 5th and 6th place? No, top 3 is already good enough. So let's see. I'm very interested in seeing if maybe we are even going to see a very consistent consensus that everyone is going to have the same top 3. Also, that being said, one of the players who got DQ'd is Carda or Charda, depending on your favorite pronunciation.
Ooh, damn. Yeah, one of the players I would usually place at a very high chance to making it towards the end. I guess with the caveat that if they were playing their long-term main Bedman, which I think they've at this point left behind somewhat and changed their main to Biken instead.
What's up with that? Like, how do you get from Bedman to Biken?
Yeah, especially in this game. It's like...
I would imagine, like, Bedman player, if they switch character, they would play, I don't know, Venom's, Zatu probably not, but, like, someone like that who has just, like, alternative toys to play with.
You would think, because like the kind of characters that Charda has played in fighting games usually, like Justice or who's the ghost boy? Zappa, characters like that, and then of course Bedman in this one. Maybe it's about, you know, wanting to test yourself, picking up a completely different kind of archetype of character.
Maybe. Could be the case. see in one take that Pet is going to take it. Kidiot on the second place, Leapfrog 3. So we would have 2 Potemkins in top 3.
That's always been an interesting conundrum in Europe. Even though Potemkin considered definitely not the best character around, somebody would even say that they are at the very bottom of the cast. Potemkin, especially like in European region, has always been a very, very dominant character. We've had these like powerful players like PsychedelicPet, Leapfrog, Zok from the eastern sides of Europe, like Natsu, you name it. There's so many good Potemkins.
And do you know what the worst thing about it is? That now, if you take a look at recent grand finals of tournaments, Pija plays Axel. Because he has to play Pet and goes, no, I'm gonna counterpick with Axel. So now we're back to having grand finals of these great players who play strong characters. They kind of just went full, I don't know, Xbox 360, turn 360 degrees and walk away. Started playing Potemkin versus Axel once again.
I really like that for Pija. Like kind of a sort of adjustment to having to play a lot of Potemkins nowadays at the top end of the brackets. Definitely a better option than Raven, I guess, consistency-wise. If you think that those characters are on the same skill level for you.
And I mean, at the end of the day, truth is, most likely Pija has played significantly more hours of Axel versus Pod than Raven versus Pod. Most likely. But that being said, here we are starting Vortex Gallery 2023 Online Emea Edition. Going into the game number 1. Baiken versus Potemkin. Orangekatz versus Leapfrog Potcho.
Yeah, Leapfrog has made a lot of advancement recently. They've been on the grind, and I think it's showing as well. Like if you played it versus Leapfrog like a couple of months ago, they're looking completely different now.
Yeah, I mean, Leapfrog already getting knockdowns. Solid jump out by Orangekatz, but let's see if they'll be able to get anything from it. Doesn't seem like it so far. ICPM, pretty good corner carry. I like the red parry attempt, but no, does not work out.
Yeah, Baiken's unique mechanic, Azami, you can do some really nasty stuff with it if you have perfect timing. You can, of course, use it even inside of block stun, but of course it gets a little more harder to time. It's like, what, 1 or 2 frame timing in that case? Something like that.
I don't think it's 2. I think they made the window slightly bigger so that it's realistic. But at the same time, and I mean, we're already over. Both the rounds taken is pretty much 20 seconds each. But it's more also like, of course, characters can change up their timings, can change their gatlings they go for. So you kind of need to be very confident that they are going to gatling into a particular thing. And that's not really like common idea versus Pod. Like Pod doesn't really suffer if they only do 1 2P instead of 2 2Ps, for instance, because there is the buster there, which is really what matters.
And look at it instantly. Leapfrog delaying their gatlings. Oh my god, the jump heavy hitting from behind!
I mean, it's looking like another quick round right now. Orangekatz very much needs to make something happen.
The meaty Trishul out.
Up. 1 more hit. Nice parry, but no follow-up! Orangekatz! Press the button after. Any button would have worked. Maybe not D. I don't think there's anything on Azami D. It's like the only button where nothing would have happened.
Yeah, some of the follow-ups are faster than the others. I think the DP-looking follow-up is the fastest one. Usually your go-to if you want to punish somebody during a... Oh, okay.
But okay, there we go. Counter hit Sakura. Orangekatz getting some space. Small punish on Hammerfall, but a punish nonetheless. And there we go. Even without IB, Orangekatz respecting it. On IB, this should be a true punish. Without that, it's -1, I think. But even then, an annoying mix-up, which is probably in Potemkin's favor, I would say. But okay, Leapfrog taking it very quickly. Very quickly, 2-0. Advancing forward, sending Orangekatz to loser's bracket. Leapfrog, one We've seen certain predictions that they will be top 3. So far with this performance, it definitely seems that way.
Yeah, I gotta have to look forward and see when we get further matches in the bracket. Leapfrog versus the heavy hitters. How's it gonna be this time? It's interesting with Leapfrog. I think based on what I've been listening to them talk during their stream, they're in an interesting place currently with I guess not just fighting games but with Guilty Gear as well. It's kind of like they've reached a point where they're not necessarily enjoying online tournaments as much as they used to, and sort of wanting to overall just take a little bit of a breather from Xrd for now. But I guess this is gonna be the sort of like the last big event that they're gonna participate before taking that little bit of a breather.
I mean,
supposedly.
If it's going to be anything like me, it's always the last. It's always what you tell, until like sometime I told myself, you know what, be honest to yourself for once. It's clearly not the last. But that being said, right now in the chat you can see a Matcherino link. If you want to support the players of this tournament, check it out. You can very nicely use the code to support it. Even more so, Vortex Gallery Online is able to provide you with some quality merchandise. If you want to rep Vortex Gallery, if you want to show that you know what's good, check out the merchandise store. And we are going to be taking a look soon at the next match. Which, based on the bracket and the lobby, seems to be StaleDevil versus Badoor. So Badoor, the player you were interested in.
Yes. Finally, I think this is literally going to be the first time I ever see Badoor playing in a competitive environment. And what better opponent than StaleDevil,
the man of Turbo himself.
Yeah, has definitely a whatchamacallit, sort of is known for certain very daredevil kind of things. Namely,
StaleDevil, his main tool, the super he enjoys being dragon installed. But StaleDevil, very aggressive player, and the thing is, for Venom is, of course, I mean, strong 6p, great anti-airs, and whatnot, but at the same time, he's not the most damaging character. Like, he needs to be very consistent to stop the player. Like, none of the things do significant damage. Pokes simply are pokes, that's it. So very often, Venom just needs to be on point consistently. So let's see if Badoor is going to be able to take it, or if on the contrary, StaleDevil is going to get the momentum on his side. GP bait it, burst immediately! Just 2k as a starter. StaleDevil got that burst button immediately pressed down.
Alright, getting the lockdown in the corner. Oh, nice! That doesn't let that high-level ball get plus frames.
QV mix-up not taking it, going for the throw. That setup is not safe, and you know it, Badoor. So greedy.
But I think it's fine checking, sort of knowledge checking if your opponent is ready to do something about it. Oh, here we go! And a big 2 starter!
That was such an important burst. That was so necessary.
Is like, I think Badoor already knew that they had to burst that, otherwise they were probably gonna get killed or stunned.
Definitely. And right now, no Gatling on the jump K became unsafe. Nice back throw from StaleDevil. Kind of sloppy movement at that point. I think both players kind of dropped their dash. Interesting air throw. 1 pixel off of the ground. Alright, uses Wire C to make that a 50-50 safe everything mix-up. I love this character. So fair. So fair.
Hey, as long as you have the meter to make up for it. It's fine if it costs meter, is what they say.
Exactly, it's fair if it costs meter, and Badoor very consistently just taking it. 2 nice set play situations. StaleDevil opted not to block, hoping for the Grand Viper to take him to safety. Ended up getting punished, so 2 high damage starters. And then that was just it. Murder, she wrote.
versus a like wild player like StaleDevil, I think it's worth it to sort of play as safe as you can all the time and just hunt for those big opportunities. There we go! Throwing the PP.
I mean, even more so with Venom, because, like, due to Venom naturally having strongest wake-up options, the thing is, interacting with other characters who have, like, good knockdown from a DP, is it really what you want to do when you can just feel confidence in your neutral? There we go, nice setup. Once again going for pretty good safety. Solid blitz, but that setup ended up working. All's good.
Yeah, usually you follow up the blitz with something.
Yeah, right now all of the set play for Badoor is working out. StaleDevil tries to get some aggressive options, be it blitz, be it DP, but none of them are working out. The safety is just there.
No counter hit again, so Badoor is able to tech out and comes down with a big button.
The jump H.
Venom is surprisingly hard to anti-air sometimes with his air buttons.
That jump H is a button from hell. Like, I am very much, now that I picked Venom, I am very much an enjoyer. back when I wasn't a Venom player, I was very much a hater. The immediate burst once again. Like, burst so far in this set, they are just the first opportunity possible, smash that merge button.
There we
Follow,
go,
like, and subscribe. Drops the combo. But I mean, StaleDevil has all of the life lead. Has all of the momentum. Uses burst. No pickup though.
Swinging wide.
But I mean, right now, Badoor was able to get out into neutral. Was able to get a clean hit. And this is starting from bad to get even worse. This round was so good for StaleDevil, but not anymore. And I mean, he can burst, but there it is. No dragon install though.
I think Stale must have been thinking about it, but just didn't have the good opportunity to activate. Of course, if you manage to get the super input out, you're going to be invulnerable until the first recovery frame. So it's an interesting situation, but alas, not getting to run your thing, and Badoor advances in the winner's side.
Very nicely played, very nicely played. I mean, Badoor's set play was very much on point. Very calm, looking for safe options that still enabled mix-up. Very much enjoyed seeing those. And, I mean, StaleDevil, we may still, of course, see him, since he is in loser's bracket. This was a winner's bracket side, so none of the players are out of the tournament so far. Out of these two, obviously, certain players are. But now, that being said, we are moving to the next match, which is going to be Visor versus El Pepe Uehara.
Yeah, another very interesting match. Like, Pepe, definitely one of those guys who necessarily don't have the raw hitting power to compare to maybe the top dogs, but is just so much potential with this guy.
And I mean, just as you're saying it, he's getting dust looped. I have no reaction to the slowest riot stomp possible. Pepe, not like this. Jump H is beating about 60. What the fuck? I have seen so much happen in the 20 seconds this match has been going.
Almost gonna pick up there with counter hit DP into Riot Stamp. Another counter. Oh, goes into
another Dragon install enthusiast. Bad button gets a full charge blitz.
Might have to burst here actually, otherwise they're gonna self-stun and probably die. Pepe baiting the burst. Not the biggest punish, so Visor's still in this.
Hey, the blitz ends up working out. So far, Blitz has been doing so much for Pepe. But a nice air throw from Visor, taking it 1-0.
Good timing there for that air throw as well, because Pepe was trying to do the FDC and waste time in the air.
Pepe! Press 6P when he presses the funny special.
You know, it's one of those things that you think you would have time to react when it comes at you at like a 40, 50 frame delay, but you know, when you're thinking of something else.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like, I'm... No!
Yeah. Of course, the closer your back is against the corner, like, yo, what is that? Back you? Giving even more time to react?
I found it interesting because I thought that Black Hole, like, that the interaction would be that Riot Stomp would not even go forward, it would just stop or go backwards. But there's so much momentum that keeps moving forward.
I think that was another meteor.
I think so too. Yeah. But I mean, it's not going to be it just yet, but nice XP. Good
There we go.
anti-air from Pepe. Evening up the score 1-1.
Yeah, especially in this matchup, you know that Sol is probably not gonna be realistically. Oh, but that's a lot of stun. Counter hit hammer. Visor has to be kind of careful here.
Definitely, and I mean, Sol, after all, not too much of a good idea to just stay back and hope to get the stun gauge decrease. Sol always needs to be active, make Faust, make some decisions. Nice air of D, good. Burst bait, everything is going correctly for Pepe now, except for this.
No counter hit, so can take out. It's again the Riot Snap, but comboing into the...
But I'll be fair, he was not visible, so I can respect it this time. But Pepe, press the 16. When Sol does the funny special, press 16.
Of course, the problematic thing for Faust is that you got so many different anti-airs for different situations, so sometimes it's hard to decide which one you want to press. It's not just like
I
6
bet
speed
all
as
of
everything.
them would work. With Faust, I bet every single one would work.
Yeah, if we're honest, a lot of them. Oh, but maybe
Nice
hits.
Bringer, that was a necessary burst. Good FD, no meter. And Pepe has been getting so many, but too close to the corner, so no full combo. It's pretty much down to the last hit. Any hit will do it for Pepe by now. 6H, another DP. Visor was hoping to get meter for RC. It was like 1 pixel. That was 1 pixel away from getting that 50%.
Yeah, that and probably doubled up as an attempt to chip Pepe out as well. If Pepe didn't FD there, that DP might have actually chipped him out. Alright, avoiding the bomb.
Pepe ended up taking game number 1. Let's see. So far, it feels very, like, scrambly is not the word that I want to use. It's more like slugfest. Both players just punching at each other. It doesn't feel like either of the players is able to just get control. Both players are just constantly getting out, hitting each other. Black Hole working out again. Bandit Bringer not doing anything because of the Black Hole.
It's super hard if you are playing against a Soul player.
Black Hole? Hey, babe.
If you're playing like against a Soul player who wants— Wait, that doesn't work!
Gunfling too active. But I'm more interested in its RNG. How come we've seen 3 Black Holes and 2 Meteors?
You know Pepe's item luck. He's one of the chosen ones of the Elder Chaos Gods. What?
Yeah, a bit too far there. A bit too far for the pickup, but nonetheless, Pepe is the one in the corner. It's all good for Visor right now. Look at the guard gauge. This was really important for Pepe to get out, since any hit would have hurt crazy.
Now Visor has...
Once again, Pepe in the corner. Nice 5k anti-air.
Oh, got hit by the Golden Hammer. That's a lot of stun. And another counter hit. I bet Visor is kind of close to getting stunned. Another counter hit. Yeah, there it is.
There it is, but I think they can just mash out. Mashing so hard they get wall throw. Please punish them, please. Pepe, what are you doing?
Visor is... Oh, there we go.
Mash to us and stop working out. Okay. It's all good. It's all good.
I think it was pretty good idea from Pepe. They basically knew that Visor was gonna run out of DI time in just a couple of frames, and they kind of had to go for the command grab to get a safe deactivation.
Interesting dust mash in the danger time activation, hoping for the invul frames. Good block on the dust. Here we go. Corner carry, paperback. And I mean, the damage has been dealt. Pretty good life lead for Pepe, but right now, Meteor's saving his ass. Always bet on Meteors to save your bacon.
But with so much risk on Pepe's bar, this is potentially one hit away from being able to take it home. Visor.
Not if it's going to be a throw, but tries to go for some fancy combo. 2H counter it.
I wonder.
Such a good counter hit for Visor.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the bigger starters for Sol. Often a button that we don't necessarily see as often, but it's still button for certain occasions. Oh, big starter.
Let's see. No, that's not going to work. Pepe, you're gonna get punished.
Reset into a throw. Decent amount of stun on that one. Soul on their air throw has a
Visor has literally everything they need. They have all of the life lead. They even gave stun.
God, this matchup might be one of the, like, if we have a matchup that doesn't include Potemkin, this is probably one of those that you can see the most stuns out of many other matchups in the game. Soul, a character who, you know, tends to stun people out a lot, and then Faust, who has those very stun-inducing items. Hammers
and also, if Faust gets 6-8, we just see the damage. The oil spill ends up hitting both players. Pepe in the corner, good dead angle. Like right now, Pepe is up against the corner. He's one round away, and the life lead, it's there, but it's not too significant. You Mega Faust?
Oh, I just get pushed back.
Visor just pushing himself back. And there's the throw that will take it 1-1. Pepe in the end. But it's interesting because this entire round, it felt like Pepe was in the corner, yet somehow he wins. Somehow.
Yeah, Visor never got to utilize those Gunflame YRCs too much, despite having a full stick of butter. I guess it depends like what kind of angles you usually play. And Visor plays some really, really wild angles, let me tell you that much.
But I mean, that's 5H good burst. See, hard to move out of the oil spill. Gunflame activating it. Once again, too far. Nice air throw as a punish against going my way. Let's see. Fafnir. No pickup. Just a bit too late.
Yeah, it's sometimes really hard when you don't get a counter hit for those Fafnirs.
Visor is currently, but that's a good counter hit. No pickup. Visor 3 times dropping a good confirmed situation. Like, those were some really good hits. Too far for Tyrant Rave to work. Nice punish with a fishing rod.
And a little guy is gonna surely help.
Good throw once again. I mean, the life lead is not too significant, but players have so little health that any good situation will be it. Hammer ends up saving Pepe's bacon paperback. Right now, Visor is so hard to move around.
There it is again, running under and going for the DP.
Riot Stomp block, no 6P. Blitz, blitz. Why did you Fafnir? He was blitzing.
In the heat of the moment, sometimes you're just not able to see it. And Visor committing to that very unfortunate Fafnir. Pepe moves on in the winner's bracket.
Pepe ends up moving on, but Visor still in loser's bracket. We might see them. There's still prospects for taking this tournament. But that being said, we are now going to be getting into 2 really interesting matches. I'm really excited, especially for one of them. So let's see what the order is going to be. The first one is PsychedelicPet versus Snow. So we've already been saying Pet, easily one of the favorites to win this thing. Consistently having great results with Potemkin, not just during rollback and recently, but even before that. Easily one of the best players in Europe. And we're going to be seeing them play against Snow, a UK Kai player. Kai definitely having pretty good matchup against Potemkin. Definitely solid advantage. Kind of not easy for pods to move around certain buttons. Not very comfortable to get locked down by Kai.
Yeah, theoretically it's like not the easiest to play matchup though. It's like your sort of intuition would tell you that, all right, I'm gonna throw Fireball and prevent this big Crappler from advancing on me. But Potemkin is a little different. If you throw Fireballs like unprotected against Potemkin, they're very easy to flick and very easy to convert into big advantage with that flick projectile.
Definitely, and I mean, even then, truth is that Kai's pokes are great, but at the same time, there is recovery. Like Fares, that was just a thing. Pet was able to jump over. Of course, I understand saying you can just jump over is a fairly strong statement in fighting games. You whip Slide Ahead to get around the beam.
Oh my god, Pet just went under Kai's DP with a 2P. Just goes to show how easy the low profile that button is.
The safe jump. The safe jump on the ground. Remember? A nice backdash against the closest. That's the thing for characters like Kai. One of the really difficult things, like Kai's pressure is great. He's so good at locking you down, and Pot hates that kind of lockdown. But at the same time, the other way around, if you're way too aggressive with your pressure strength, there is going to be that window for backdash, and that can pretty much be it. Like one backdash buster can just take the entire round away from you.
Backdash buster, IP buster. Yeah, those are very common things. Speaking of backdash buster,
there we go, backdash buster. I mean, Snow doesn't burst, so it's not going to be that easy for Pet to run anything, but you can burst busters. All right, there's the stun, and that's it. Snow is not even able to use burst.
Yeah, looking tough.
In stream, if you were wondering why some of the players, some of the commentators even, thought Pet is one of the favorites for winning this tournament, this might be it.
Yeah, feast your eyes on one of the kings, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And here they come again. Confirm.
Very nice confirm from the air hit, and the damage was there. Nuts blitz. Pet's not even contesting it, going, okay, you know what? Just get the knockdown. I don't care.
Ooh,
I have the life lead. I'm gonna beat Kai in neutral with Pot. I'm confident. 2K, Hammerfall, and some armoring it anyways. Yo, 2D, 2D, 2D. Pet just loving the 2D button at that moment. But okay, this could be it. This could be Snow's moment. Messing up the run jump, but alright. Pet wasting the RC, so if there's going to be an Oki situation, he is going to have to take it.
Ah, the backdash buster once again. It's such a commitment to push the Oki against Potemkin. Because as we all know, the backdash only has 1 frame of recovery, so you gotta target a very, very small window with your Oki setup.
There we go with a flick. Good 2D knockdown. I mean, Snow right now does have actually solid life lead. Slidehead does not low profile Forest. Damn, I want to have Kai Forest.
Ooh, but speaking of that life lead,
that buster felt like it was full screen range. It felt like it had no rights to hit.
Oh my god, the 2D not
active. I'm saying Snow had life lead, but where did all his life go? Alright, 6 Sage goes for pressure. Both players. Pet somehow mashing through there. Okay.
Damn, even that little bit amount of risk, not doing a whole lot of damage on the...
This is not going to kill, but it is going to be a good knockdown. Going to pressure. Pet's jumping out, but Snow committing too much to the 6H. That was like a perfect anti-air moment, but Snow already committed a bit too much to the 6H.
Yeah,
and Pet takes it.
Good use of FD there from Pet. It kind of goes both ways. FD is super strong against Potemkin because it prevents them from running the throw shenanigans as effectively as they'd like to. But also against Kai, FD super strong if they try to commit to their longer block strings.
I mean, truth is that Kai's pressure might as well be infinite without FD.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Here we go with a matchup I was entering. Scopedog, one of the potential unexpected players to take this, playing against Leapfrog. So we have seen Leapfrog. We haven't seen Scopedog, but the thing is, Zato versus Pot, very easily, no matter what the place of Zato is in the tier list, no matter if he sucks in Rev2 hard or only a bit hard, he dominates this matchup hard. Zato has so many strong tools against Pot. Like, these characters don't mesh together well at all. Drill's such a strong tool to deal with Slidehead. Eddie, of course, being able to just Mavado and deal with Hammerfall. Backdash, not really being a thing at all, because Mavado is just active enough.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for Potemkin to not have that instant air dash available, or air dash overall.
How did that reject? How did that blitz do anything? You know, I like one thing that Scopedog did. As a burst punish, Scopedog just did Eddie summon. Like, I'm not even gonna like do air combo because it doesn't do damage. You know what? I'm gonna get the mix-up. My punish is the clean mix-up.
Set up your victory condition.
Well, right there we go with the Oki. Goes high, and this should be it. Scopedog taking it. And as I was saying, like, this is so difficult for Pot. If Pot is not knocked down having to deal with Eddie, Zato is flying around on the other side of the screen. But there we go. This could be it.
Classic Scopedog trying to use the FD, push Potemkin away.
Alright, nice Mega Fist over to Xrd. Missing the summon! That's so bad for Scopedog! Scopedog once again autopiloting to Xrd. Like, there's really just like one major way how to lose this matchup, and that's autopiloting to Xrd.
Ooh, patient there, didn't press. Ooh! Deadman's Hand, huh?
And going into Shadow Gallery to get the knockdown.
The downside with those Deadman Hands setup is usually you're not gonna set up a clean Oki.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not. However, for Zato, any knockdown matters. Any knockdown is a good knockdown, and that's gonna be it. 1-1. Leapfrog getting some really nice slide heads. Scopedog missing some crucial inputs. Eddie summon after knockdowns. But right now, good round start for Scopedog. And Fares, of course, another incredibly strong tool versus Potemkin.
Nice, gets an unsummon. Here we go, party starting again. Leapfrog must be thinking about the burst here. But where's the spot? It's not there!
Damn Fang is a punish. It's not going to be it. No RC to finish it up, but it's all good. Puddle summon ends up being just enough. And Scopedog takes game number 1.
Zato pressure just sort of seals away a lot of Potemkin's go-to tools, because like working in tandem with your puppet just doesn't really leave a lot of
there's no
holes.
back. I mean, first of all, there's no backdash if it's a true block string. It's just how it is. And second of all, like one of the major reasons Zato is bottom tier when it comes to his mix is that backdash is an option. Since backdash will lead to air hit, no knockdown, Peration ends up doing its thing, so the combo doesn't hurt too much. So it's valid to use your health to get out of bad situations against Zato, but that's not a thing for Pot. Backdash ends up getting hit on the ground. Mavado active enough to just deal with that one single frame of recovery, just auto-timed. Like, it's just like everything is working so nicely for Zato in this matchup. But there we go, nice counter hit. Also, shout out to the combo that Scopedog did with the PK Shadow Gallery. I loved it. Big Zato fan. I mean, really nice control. Eddie with some downtime. Hammerfall, YRC Buster.
The last 2D hits, but Leapfrog.
With 2P Buster.
The classic. Doesn't matter if you use FD, if you don't if you don't fuzzy jump that, you're gonna get caught.
2P tried to deal with a puddle summon, but no. Eddie just spawned a bit too much behind. 2P not working. Eddie's in downtime, but he is going to come back. Pretty solid burst. Alright, let's see what the Oki is going to be. Air hit, so no knockdown, but who cares at this point? The damage has been dealt, another miss input, but it all ends up working out.
God, the active frames!
Yeah, backdash is just not a thing for Pot. Like, Zato completely seals one of the major strengths of Pot. It's not really a thing.
Damn, it might have been very unlucky for Leapfrog to run into Scopedog this early. Scopedog is here to game and definitely here to play the advantageous matchup to, to their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely advantages. Do you know, this is actually a funny thing. Do you know whenever this was typically Revo, Zakis would get into top 8 and he would get the ultimate checkout. Do you know what the checkout was for Zakis?
What was it?
It was that he first played Pia and then he played me. Always. Like every single time he would have to play against the chick Axel and the chick Zato. Like he does so well and then he just has to deal with this hell.
That's sort of what you kind of sign up for if you choose to play Potemkin. Eventually there's gonna be some tough matchups. And especially if you have in your tournament scene a lot of players who play those particular tough matchups, then yeah, there's no two ways about it. You gotta just bite the bullet and do the best you can. Learn those matchups to your best ability. But next up, we got Pepe returning back on the screen against Gekow Sol.
And importantly, this is loser's bracket. This is loser's bracket. We've seen Pepe win his game, but EIiitti was able to take it against Pepe. So right now, this is loser's bracket. We haven't streamed any loser's bracket games so far. The winner of this is, the loser of this is out of the tournament.
Gekow is another very, I think, underappreciated player with, oh, but hold that thought! Big counter hit, Fafnir forcing Pepe to burst.
I mean, very importantly, the big thing here is that it's going to be a completely different playstyle from Visor. Like, we are going to see Pepe deal with a completely different playstyle of Sol. Very nice combo. Gets a solid knockdown, goes for the safe jump. No meter for blitz for Pepe, knows he can just do it easily.
Alright, taking you to the corner.
None of the starters doing like too much damage, but it's all good. All works out. Gekow has solid life lead. Pepe is in the corner. Just got burst. Don't burst, don't burst, don't burst. Thank you, Pepe. Don't burst.
Yeah, it gets super dangerous when you're in the corner against Sol, and Sol has that 25 meter available. Always able to reset their pressure. Gunflame, YRC. If you try to jump out willy-nilly, you're gonna get caught and reset with increasing amount of risk. But
very bad burst from Gekow. To be fair, I also do that burst and I hate myself whenever I do it. That should be a punish. Pepe doesn't burst. Let's see if they use it. Get corner carried instead. Life lead not too significant. I mean, this is already such a different playstyle than what we've seen from Visor. It feels so, like, much more methodical on both ends. Okay, RC's going my way to get the pressure. Good defense, but if that gets opened up by the slow blockable.
Everybody succumbs to that. It's just the startup frames at that 6 heavy, even though it's such a slow move on paper, it's so hard to block on time, especially online.
That argument doesn't work anymore. That it's hard to block online. It no longer works. We just suck. We need to get good. We need to start blocking South 6H finally.
Damn. Imagine.
Yeah, if only I were good. Okay, getting the DP. I mean, that's a good DP. Also because Pepe was in the corner through that. One of the really scary things about Sol wake-up DP is the hard knockdown. It is pretty much his go-to ender, even in proper combos.
Ooh, perfect read!
Just bang dash as well! Everything went so right for Gekow, even the air throw reset. And I think he wouldn't have killed without the air throw reset. Like, I'm pretty confident the combo would not have killed otherwise.
Yeah, I think they were still on the RC meter build penalty, so deemed that this is not gonna kill. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Gets the air throw reset and gets the round counter hit. Ooh, Gekow!
Yeah, good burst by Pepe though. And I mean, Poison Hammer, that was very necessary to burst that. Like, Pepe would have had so much life lead after that. Nice jump. No conversion. Just goes into manageable. Or shoutouts to Drill. Good button. Really nice air-to-air jumping.
Michael Bay comboing into the bombs. And that's so much damage. Faust combos generally don't do the biggest amount of damage, but combine them with bombs. Got a little bit of extra oomph. Have to reset the little guy.
Yo, the pickup, the optimal conversion, 2K, jump cancel K.
Damn, El Pepe.
Because of the mini Faust? Using mini Faust to make interest in combos? I see you, Pepe. I see you what you're doing.
Nice, good jump cancel, avoiding the bomb. Still somewhat in the driver's seat. Gets the conversion, this is good. Pepe still doesn't have a burst back.
This is a good combo. It is going to lead into Oki. Bad blitz by Pepe, but no punish. Or rather, very small punish. Good 5k end tier. Jumps over Fishing Rod, but Fishing Rod having very little recovery, unsurprisingly.
Ooh, the double jump into an air throw.
Alright, let's
block.
see. Finally, Jump H ends up hitting, but no pickup. Hammer. There's the black hole! Screwing up the situation for both players. Good wild throw, though. Pepe not bursting. 1-1.
I mean, honestly, I think they're... Like, choosing to not burst or choosing to burst in that situation, both would have probably been okay, especially since Pepe had Gekow almost on the stun threshold again.
Yeah, at that point it was fine. Like, it wouldn't be questionable. It's also not questionable to just hold it. But that was a back burst. That it was a questionable burst. Gekow finishing the burst, getting a clean hit. Air throw reset, kind of black beat, but it's all good. It all ends up working well. Nice air throw attempt. Like, this round has been going so well for Gekow, especially on the start. What? How is that poison active? Wild throw not going to kill, but the next hit can. Dead angle immediately. But Gekow taking it, and Pepe out of the tournament. Just like that.
Damn!
Yuki, did you expect this? Did you expect this result?
I know Gekow was a gamer, but usually, I guess we would place Pepe a little higher on the power tier, maybe? Or maybe I'm just not, in the know about the Europeans.
Those who know and those who don't know. But that being said, stream viewers, if you are enjoying yourself, if you want to support the players of this tournament, in the stream chat you can find a link to Matcherino. Add something to the pot using the code and make this more interesting for all of the players. Right now, we are looking at, what is the pot? Let me open this pot, let me see. Prize pool 103%. You can claim code. There is still 38 codes available. You can claim code, add to the prize pool to support this tournament. Definitely do so if you are enjoying the tournament.
We finally have the technology to support your favorite players.
Literally, we literally have the technology.
I mean, we didn't have this back in the day. So,
we really did not, yeah, that's true. Further on, if you're enjoying yourself, if you like the efforts of the Vortex Gallery team, if you like these tournaments, there is merchandise available. If you want to rep Vortex Gallery in the street, if you want to go to work, go to the office, be asked, what is Guilty Gear? What is Vortex Gallery? This is the place to get it. But now we are going to be having a brief ad break, and then we're moving to top 8. So that being said, top 8, we're going to be what we can be excited for: PsychedelicPet and EIiitti. So we've been talking about EIiitti doing really well for themselves with Millia. It's going to be Potemkin versus Millia. The second game in winners top 8, Kidiot versus Scopedog. Kidiot, as QK would like to say, one of the top 4, the 4 kings of Europe, against Scopedog. And on loser side, we still have certain matches to fill it up. So don't go anywhere. We are going to be continuing.
Alrighty then, welcome back to Vortex Gallery Online 2023.
You kind of confused for a second. What is the current year?
Yeah, also confused by my own voice because I had to stream on. Either way, this is Rev2 for the EMEA region, and I think next we are gonna play a losers bracket.
The bracket for losers. So the game we are going to have available to us is going to be Snow versus Gekow. Both players we've seen, we've seen Gekow pretty much just now. Kai versus Sol, the absolute classic. It cannot get more classic than this.
Sort of a Song of Fire and Ice. We got Gekow with the gun flames, and then versus somebody who's named Snow. So there's already a interesting storyline there.
It's funny because Kai uses lightning and not ice.
And I think if memory serves correctly, I think Snow had some interesting lore to their name as well. So I'm not sure if it's particularly like signifying the element ice.
No idea. But ice and thunder. Okay, we've got Snow already in the lobby. Unholy Order Kai. Let's see, we're currently waiting for Gekow to be joining, and then we can start with Vortex Gallery Online 2023 Top 8. Soon, I believe. But before we had the ad break, we had the winners side top 8 set up. Now we are getting players into losers side top 8. So since we're going to be looking at losers bracket first, we are having Snow versus Gekow. But for the other match, we are going to be having Leapfrog, who we have seen lose to Scopedog on the winner's side of things. And they're going to be up against the winner of Badoor or Lenneth Lily. So it's going to be either Venom or Dizzy for Leapfrog Potemkin.
And in the winners bracket, we have things are starting to get heated. Finally getting to those matches that we've sort of been foreseeing for a little bit. PsychedelicPet versus EIiitti, as well as Kidiot versus Scopedog. It's I guess if I was a betting player, I would have constructed the top 4 out of those particular names.
Yeah, and all of them, the 4 on the winner's side. Scopedog was the wild card, really. I would say Scopedog out of the 4 was probably the wildest card where we were not sure, but outside of that, I would very much agree with you.
Yeah, the thing with Scopedog is like it's been such a long time. It's been ages since I saw Scopedog play on a double elimination bracket. It's like you can only sort of catch them online in the dead of night, usually grinding till the morning hours.
But that's the thing. It's the middle of the night in Finland, but over here it's 9 p.m. I have to stand by my boy. Scopedog, I'm not Portuguese, but now, since I live in Portugal, he is my boy. I have to stand by him.
They're not too far. It's like, what, you just gotta you just gotta win against Kidiot, and you're already in, you're already in winners finals.
Let's see, waiting for Gekow. Would be interesting to suddenly get Gekow DQ'd.
Would be so unfortunate.
No, Gekow is going to show up in the lobby asking, what are you guys waiting for? Why aren't you playing?
So versus Kai. Super classic, like we said. Kai probably has a little bit more control of the neutral, and Sol, on the other hand, has to capitalize on the big opportunities, maybe the big openings to get in, maybe hit a big BB counter hit, start the pressure, and take the game home as such.
And I mean, the characters kind of, like, when it comes to the character design, both of course are obviously very, like, Shoto inspired, just made a bit extreme for an air dasher. But both of them have a very interesting aspect to them when it comes to their mix-up game and pressure. Because the thing is that, like, we were talking about this when Snow was playing against Pet, that Kai's pressure is excellent. That is true, but on the other hand, Kai doesn't have the best or the scariest immediate mix-up. Like, typically when you get opened up by Kai, it's because you crack in the pressure, the guard gauge is built, then it does damage. Sol, on the other hand, is exactly the opposite. Sol excels at the immediate mix-up. You're waking up, guess. Like, it's gonna be walkthrough, it's gonna be high, it's gonna be low. But then the pressure is kind of over. He can spend the meter, but it's not like true lockdown. It's like constant mix-ups and mix-ups, whereas with Kai, it's just in your face, keeping you down.
Yeah, Sol more has the commit and has a big reward out of those mix-up. Kai doesn't necessarily commit as hard, but as a result, not necessarily like breaking your guard as easily either.
Really nice YRC in the jump K, getting nice air-to-air. Both players pretty much even on life, but Gekow with the meter advantage.
Ooh, catching the backdash from Snow, but not a clean hit. Interesting. Oh, the flames from the dive kick actually anti-air Greek Sever. What in the...
The dive kick projectile saving Gekow's bacon, not even saving it, winning this round for him. That dive kick was everything.
I don't think I've ever seen that interaction before.
Anti-airing Greek Sever with dive kick.
Who would have thought?
Alright, there we go. Snow getting in with the air dash. That was not even out of block stun, but it all ends up working. Not a combo, Sacred.
Wow.
I mean, this round is all Snow. Gekow, please don't burst. But here's the thing. Gekow might be able to force Snow to burst. Nope. DP
With the DP, yep. Recognizes that is not looking like a safe jump. So I'm gonna hit my big old DP.
Alright,
Nice.
jump K, meeting air to air. Gekow ends up blocking it, ends up being carried into a corner. Guard gauge already built so much.
Oh my goodness, so close to the ground.
Yeah, both players air to airing each other, just one jumping forward, landing, the other guy also jumping right after.
Yeah, both of these characters have really air-to-air buttons for days.
Really nice pickup by Snow.
Nice, the jump back, jump heavy from Kai. The big old stop sign, defending your airspace.
Stundipper! No pickup. Gekow trying to be burst safe there. Maybe that's not going to work out. Snow, so much meter. Fafnir.
Oh, Gekow saw that from a mile away.
It's not a combo, but it's all good. Gekow takes it 1-0.
Damn, Gekow kind of on a roll here.
I feel like one of the things that is a common theme with Snow, that he always has good resources, meter, life lead, burst available or something, and it's just not used somehow. Or the other player just plays around it and baits everything out. And like, Snow plays better when there is no resources. That's how it feels so far.
So you're saying they just need to play good fundamentals?
As if they have 0 meter. Like, I don't have YRC.
Just concentrating on the basic building blocks. Basically the crux of Kai gameplay.
Yeah, but I mean, right now, Gekow has the life lead. Bad blitz. Got baited by Gekow. I mean, Snow does have burst, but he's not going to be using it here. The combo did not finish it, but that's going to be it. Gekow 1 round away from taking the set, sending Snow out of the tournament.
Don't be. If something positive, showing Rishtain. Oh my goodness!
A really good Abare Grand Viper. Very good burst by Snow. Gets a really nice corner now.
The late air dash works once again, and this is where Kai deals big damage.
Even goes for Sacred Edge to get some good damage further. Not going to kill just yet, but combo gets dropped. No, not like this.
Hope these plus frames.
Snow. If Snow now loses, he'll be so mad.
Got this.
But if he gets opened up by those jump Ds, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Dust ends up hitting. Snow probably not gonna get burst. Nah, Snow is gonna get burst, but air throw. Gold burst attempt. Nope. Gekow taking it, coming back with from such a huge life lead. Ends up taking the set 2-0.
That was so scrambly. I don't blame Snow. That was like a lot of situations, one after another, you're quite not used to, looking like super not very traditional. Lots of resets, lots of funky looking situations. You're never sure where to press against Sol when it's
and that's how it should be, really. That's how it really should be. But yeah, Gekow advancing forward, Snow placing on the 7th place. Since this was loser's bracket, now we're going into the second match in loser's bracket, Leapfrog versus Badoor. So we've seen both of these players. Now Venom versus Pot, a really interesting matchup because on paper, this initially feels like the classic projectile zoner versus grappler, big body, Venom should win. Yet at the same time, that's not really too much of the case. Flick is incredibly strong, not even too difficult to land. Pokes often don't deal into too much damage. It's really hard for Venom to reset pressure. No wake-up options for Venom also make this very easy for Pot to run his own things. Like, this matchup is really interesting.
I feel like it's akin to how Kai Potemkin works a little. It's more, it's made or broken with the Venom player's ability to use their normals, not necessarily their projectiles.
Exactly. I mean, that's really what Venom has to win with, because it's not too difficult to just hope for the Flick to win. It's not like Venom has good punish tools. And obviously it's also really difficult to find places to set balls. Slide Head is constant threat, so is Hammerfall.
Ooh, running under there.
Right, QV ends up working out. There's the Oki. Alright, try to get some Flick counter hit. Interesting option from Badoor. One of the big things about this matchup is that it's really hard for Venom to get any kind of pressure, because a D.I.R.A Flick deals with pretty much every single special, because it's all projectiles. There we go, 6k loop. The only one, of course, not being double head morbid, which is actually really good in this matchup because of that.
Damn, interesting what happened there at the end. I think Badoor took like a micro step forward and Leapfrog ended up actually jump canceling, putting themselves in the corner.
Yeah, it all ended up working out. Going for the blitz safe Oki setup when there was no blitz. I see you. I see what was that. A good 6p by Leapfrog. No pickup afterwards though. Nice air throw. Even gets the combo afterwards. Amplifying the damage. Blitz not working out. The meter was spent.
Although on the other hand, hitting that
Beautiful flick! Let's see. Is Leapfrog gonna get any Oki? No. Heat extend, setting full screen. Slighted attempt was not there, but nonetheless, he still gets the hit. 6k, no Hammerfall break! Right, nice blitz safe setup. Badoor this set has really been liking this setup a lot. Understandably so.
Oh my god, good read. Put them in the corner. We have Oki. Badoor still rocking the burst, which is probably gonna be
missing the slight edge RC. That could have been it, but on the contrary, jump S 5H, good FD. Badoor nicely using the FD to get a safe ball set. Expected the Buster, just wake up mash 2k. Kind of scrambly at the end, but still, Badoor pretty convincingly taking game number 1.
I think Badoor doing what you really have to do against Potemkin. Sometimes, you know, going for an D.I.R.A like that is a big gamble, but you can't just sit still and or just keep running away from Potemkin. Sometimes you gotta commit to those RPS situations.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, in Guilty Gear, when it comes to defense, it's kind of like so many things are just not going to be reactables. Everything is going to be mix-up. The best way what you can do in defense is just force people to constantly double guess. Just, is he going to mash here? Is he going to backdash here, actually? No, he's going to jump out. Oh, wait, no, he's just going to block, actually. To the point that even just blocking is a mix-up. A mix-up that I am going to block.
Ooh, good flick. Reversing the momentum.
Beautiful air throw. Everything is going so well for Leapfrog now. Nice end-tier 6P. And Leapfrog takes game number 1.
Exactly what you wanna. Yeah, exactly what you want to do as Potemkin. Throw off the momentum, sort of the rhythm of the Venom player.
A empty low, but drops the combo. This could be important. Stinger Wire Seed. Nicely timed. Badoor going for the 2-ball Oki. 3-ball actually, but ends up being flicked.
Oh! Spent a lot of meter with that, but definitely worthy, especially because Badoor doesn't have a burst here.
Nice jump out of the Buster. No true punish, but nonetheless, ends up going into knockdown. Jump H to get the whiff, get the throw. Kinda goes for a cheeky setups. Right. 2 simple setups, keeping it simple, get the chip damage, get the pressure. And now Badoor returning to the zoning. The screen, pretty much all of the screen is available. Baits the burst, but Leapfrog not biting.
Oh, that's successful flick.
Yeah, really nice movement by Leapfrog right now with Hammerfall RC, and there's the Bishop run out. Cannot flick this. And finally, Chip ends up taking it. Leapfrog did have meter available, but not an easy reaction.
That was such a smart gold burst from Badoor at the end of the round as well. I think they would have gotten, like, either air grabbed or... Hold on,
horrible counter hit to get hit by! This could be it! No, the combo is dropped! Pat's just going into lobby going, I know how this is going to end.
We still have the life lead. We still have the resources!
And that's it! Leapfrog taking game number 2, evening up the score 1-1.
God, that's 6 heavy counter hit in the corner. I think there's not a single character in this game who's not gonna get, you know, stunned by that. Especially if you have 50 meter to back it up. Alright, pressure reset. Driving Badoor towards the corner, 6P! Against the high profile poke.
Yeah, really nice 6P anti-airs, but at the same time, Leapfrog is the one in the corner right now. Let's see. However, all the momentum is on Leapfrog's side. Gets the Buster.
And that's like that. A couple of busters. That's Potemkin's game. If you succumb to the momentum of Potemkin, if you guess wrong a couple of times, it's over. And now, Leapfrog looking to send Badoor home here.
Yeah, I mean, Badoor pretty much carried into the corner with the pressure. Flick counter hit ends up being a knockdown. Alright, really nice ball set in the air to slow down the velocity. Drop! Uncharacteristic drop from Leapfrog. Badoor kind of overextending with those jumps. Leapfrog getting so much mileage from those 6Ps. Let's see, 6K loop.
Heart baiting the burst. Oh, the tail end of the active frames of Gold Burst. Yo, Leapfrog with the characteristic.
Blitz, empty blitz jump in, and it ends up working out. 2-1. Badoor out of the bracket on 7th place. Leapfrog continuing in loser's bracket.
There's not a single player in Europe who uses the blitz quite as Leapfrog uses it. Like their ability to utilize the universal mechanics. I know in ACPR they like slashbacks quite a bit on Potemkin, and in this game they just make full use of that universal mechanic that is blitz, making those, you know, hard jump-ins when you're kind of looking to be anti-aired. If your opponent hits 6P, Leapfrog just RPSing those with blitz instead, making everybody second guess their basic good anti-air situations.
That is definitely the case, but now we are moving on into the winner's bracket, where we have the 4 players, the 4 horses of apocalypse, PsychedelicPet already stepping up to the cabinet, ready to fight against EIiitti. So how do you feel about this? I mean, I understand EIiitti is your boy. I assume that you might be slightly biased.
I think EIiitti will have to... It's no doubt, almost anybody who plays against PsychedelicPet will have to somehow surprise them, I feel like. Because PsychedelicPet is just up there with really solid game plan. I wonder if... I'm not sure what EIiitti is gonna have to... Like, what kind of situations they're gonna have to play, what kind of strategy they're gonna have to go in with, but it's probably gonna have to be something that, you know, PsychedelicPet gets surprised by to bring it home. That said, if we're looking at the players in the bracket, other than Kidiot and Scopedog, I'm not sure there's any other more, you know, qualified to slay this beast of a Potemkin player than EIiitti.
I mean, truth is, I'm fairly confident that Pet, out of the players in the winner's side, he's probably the most scared of Scopedog.
Yeah,
I think that simply because of the character matchup, that is really the fear. Like, Pet, I could imagine Pet would rather lose and get into losers than already gets to play Scopedog if Scopedog wins against Kidiot. But okay, there we go. EIiitti here. I mean, this is an interesting matchup because just like I was saying with Venom versus Pot, every single brain cell in your head just screams, "This must be so bad for Pot," and yet somehow Pot win. I don't know how, but
it's the human error. Nobody can be a machine. It's one mistake. And it's over for you. You're basically one of the pixiest characters in the game.
Yeah, very low health. Pet's just standing in the corner going, you know what? You have to come to me. I don't have to come to you. I have the life lead. I am the grappler, but who cares? You come to me. And EIiitti going, yeah, okay, I'll just come and die.
Yeah, there we go.
But... But yeah, I mean, that was just a really interesting reaction, because, like, Pet was really standing in that corner and, like, very softly teabagged. It was very softly teabagged, and EIiitti just went for it immediately. But there we go, corner knockdown. A black beat, but a knockdown nonetheless. However, not going into true combo. Goes for the super to amp up the damage.
Very meter efficient comboing.
Yeah, good burst by Pet, but the life lead is there. The thing is, that does not mean too much against Emea, since she at any point can just completely take it over. EIiitti going for the pin, like that turbo fall, the purpose was to get the pin, but instead got the combo. Let's see, is this going to knock down? It's not, but the air throw is there.
Yeah, those, if you don't have the pin, you're gonna have to risk it for the unstable Bad Moon knockdown, but EIiitti is also super good at setting those up as reset situations.
Yeah, but I mean, even if the Bad Moon doesn't knock down, it's still a 50-50 pretty much. Like, if you tech, you can get air thrown. If you don't, it's a knockdown. So you still have a call to make, a mix-up call.
Ooh,
but
clean snipe there.
Pet has the life lead, like one buster is going to be it. EIiitti now needs to get out, that is a really important burst. Slight head whiffs, nice backdashes and anti-air. I wish my character could do that. I wish my character could anti-air Emea jump bait somehow.
That was a nice idea from EIiitti, seeing the slide head come out when they were already in the air, but the air dash a little too late, and Potemkin getting a backdash up.
And now the entire Twitch chat is gonna go, you play Venom, you can anti-air everything.
But the truth is, anti-airing anything in Guilty Gear, it's not that simple, even if you have the best 6P in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Good jump out.
Right, really nice movement by EIiitti. Able to get the knockdown, but no disc setup. The damage has been dealt. I mean, Pet finds Hammerfall Warsi Buster, but at the same time, that was not even that necessary. Like, Pet had the life lead, it was just fine to wait, sit and wait, see what happens. Like, Pet plays this really in an interesting way, because I feel like very often, Pet just doesn't even move. He just goes, I have the life lead, you need to come to me somehow. I will deal with the option you do to approach. I will deal with that, but I don't have to chase you.
And that kind of makes sense, because like chasing Emea around the screen, you're opening yourself up to stray hits more often than not. Oh, the 5K actually has active frames to call out the backdash.
Alright, hard knockdown. Disc Oki not escaping with a super. Pet somehow hoping for the best. Gets open up high. Everything is going correctly now. There's Secret Garden. And EIiitti just getting the most Emea round possible.
But that was a lot of hits and long combos that EIiitti had to pull off to take that round, so...
US counter hit! Look at the damage! Where does your life go? It was like 3 buttons!
Sealing their option. Oh, EIiitti has to find a burst, but that's basically burst save!
No! No! Everything went so wrong for EIiitti there. Like, not a single thing went right. Mashing into 2S for a counter hit. Then that, like... There were active decisions, like, the match because he expected Buster. Like, I understand that there was a decision, but all of the RPS just went so wrong. Nothing went right.
Whew, alright. From one hot matchup to another. Now it's time for Kidiot Johnny versus Scopedog Zato.
Scopedog Zatra. Alright, Johnny versus Zato. This matchup at some point in my life made me lose. I think my life got 10 years. I probably lost 10 years of my life due to frustration of this matchup.
So is it just Johnny's ability to sort of snipe your puppet, or what makes this matchup so terrible?
You probably saw how Drill didn't really do anything there. Mistfinder just went through 50 times, so that's one big thing. Eddie's actually pretty good in this matchup. It's more that overall, Johnny's neutral is just too oppressive to summon. Drill is not as strong as it would sound like. YYRC, of course, constant fear. Like, Zato does have some consistent tools. Like, he can deal with some things really well, surprisingly much better than other characters. It's just that he very often needs to commit to them. And if he commits, then he puts himself into worse position in neutral, and it can all just end really badly.
Ooh, the double jump finds the air throw. Still has the mist on, and that's gonna be an unblockable.
I find it really interesting how Kidiot approaches this matchup, because mostly when I see Kidiot, he's playing against Pedia, the Raven matchup, and to me, the way he plays the Zato matchup, it feels like he does not want to play neutral. Like, he will just hold the direction forward or backdash, just constantly do something, get in your face. I want to kill you. Like, I don't want to see you in neutral. Like, I don't want to deal with anything Zato has. I'll just run my bullshit, and I hope he dies faster than he gets to run his bullshit. That's really what Kidiot's playstyle feels to me right now.
And there's a lot of reward for doing that. If you make Zato block anything, if the puppet was active, it is no more, and it cannot be summoned for a while, so you don't even necessarily need to land the hits as long as you get close to Zato.
Scopedog trying to get the counter blitz, but releasing it too early. Gets counter hit. Corner carry not working out, but still the damage has been dealt. Scopedog has no meter at all. Burst, not really a mechanic that exists against Johnny.
God, Kidiot has so much meter to seal. Keep the pressure going.
What are you bursting for? You know this character.
But what can you do? You want to still play, and you try to go for it, but Johnny, the big disjoints, says no. Here we go aggressively chasing again the 6K hits.
Somehow Gatling into 6H. On a non-conventional option by Scopedog. Bad backdash. There's the missed finest, the railgun hitting Scopedog out of the air. YYRC 50-50 goes empty low.
Oh my
Instant
god,
kill?
it's stun as well.
I'm pretty sure he could have just instant killed, but Kidiot going, you know what? Out of respect, I'll just end the round quick. But yeah, what a quick game. That might have been the fastest set we had on the stream. Kidiot just going full aggro mode. It really felt that way to me, that Kidiot's game plan was really just run bullshit. Like, just kill him faster than he can kill you, and that's it. Not care about interactions in neutral ideas. If you can force your way in, just keep doing it.
Yeah, the risk reward is usually on your side, as like especially if you have at least level 2 available. And to I guess nobody's surprise, the winner's side is gonna be PsychedelicPet Kidiot. But now we're moving on to settle the losers bracket. Oh, okay, all right. Leapfrog versus EIiitti.
Yeah, so we've seen this matchup from one side. Let's see. Is EIiitti going to get Potemkin'd out of the tournament? It's more likely than you think.
Yeah, interesting question. Is it the matchup, or is it just PsychedelicPet's high-level aura that has been, you know, sealing EIiitti's ability to play? Starting out very strong.
Yeah, gets cornered, knockdown. Leapfrog, very nice burst. Able to get EIiitti off, but not for too long. EIiitti found a clean hit. Pin is available there for a hard knockdown. Alright, wins the Blitz War, but at the cost of 50% of meter, pretty much.
Oh my goodness!
Blitz has been doing so much work this set.
I think when you play against Leapfrog, you better have your Blitz sort of game plan on various situations on point, because you know Leapfrog is gonna play it. And I feel like EIiitti has pretty decent grasp on the RPS.
2k to the Blitz, no punish on the Blitz though. I mean, the life lead is there, but we've already seen what damage Potemkin can do to Emea.
Very... Oh my goodness, the IBs into Buster. You think you can just throw the pin and get in for free?
Yeah, I mean,
no.
EIiitti was getting 6B on the ground, which is most likely not what he was looking for. So there was probably some kind of a misinput, but it all keeps working out for Leapfrog right now. What?
Was that 5 heavy? I know Emea has such a fast 5 heavy, but come on.
But also the Hammerfall came out. I think that was like Hurtbox, like somehow just going through pretty much. So like Emea moved forward with 5H, so Hammerfall didn't hit or something? That was really weird.
Alright, where's the burst coming from? Yeah, it's just not enough life to RPS with it. And EIiitti with very, very strong control. This is kind of what you would expect the Emea versus Potemkin matchup to look most of the time.
Yeah. So let's see, EIiitti winning game number 1. Ends up hits the... I can't speak English. Hits empty low. Both players pretty much life on it. All the resources except for burst, but EIiitti gets good knockdown. 2k. Kind of just going for raw pressure there.
Ooh, kind of critical drop here, and the pin is left behind.
Pin is left behind. The slide hit is there, but I mean, let's see. EIiitti able to get it. Yo, the mic. Did you just see that press 2 for like 1 frame? That was the fastest 2 that I've ever seen. The fastest 2 input. A nice block on the Hammerfall. RC, good escape with a backdash.
Ooh, that was so sneaky.
I also like the 6H there.
Letting Leapfrog kind of have that flick, but then coming in from the other side.
All right, let's see. EIiitti now in the corner, escaping, even though Leapfrog read it.
That's kind of nutty. Even like not only do you have to guess it, you have to have the perfect timing and spacing as well to catch this massively fast character that is Emea.
Pretty good damage for that starter. Now going low. Which side do you guess, high or low? Guessing incorrect every single time so far. Emea players will do 50-50 and call it like, I read you right. I read my mix-up that you wouldn't block for high.
Oh, but missing the punish! Leapfrog still with a small chance.
The Abari 6, it wasn't needy! Bad dash, good aerial, and good buster, and not it, but OTG!
Leapfrog flowing so well, despite dropping that combo, just ready to buster on landing there.
Lighthead somehow hitting. No knockdown, but the damage has been dealt. Really nice air dash conversion though. Alright, no Oki. Missing the dash disc. Too far to get a Gatling into 2D. Air dash reset.
God,
it's not going to kill, but it is going to lead into a setup. Roaming Rose. Blitz him.
Just nullifying the whole situation with a blitz. Oh, the multiple hits. Gets the pin as well.
Yeah, Blitz safe on that setup. No pickup both times. 6 speed. This will be neat. Good burst by EIiitti.
And once again, look at that. Even though you think you can do stuff after air blocking pin in the air with instant block, but no, EIiitti has the follow-up. Doesn't let you get any buttons out. And that's Leapfrog out of the tournament. Probably one of people's favorite for finishing top 3. EIiitti taking out the other big Potemkin player. And moving on to losers finals.
And losers semis, I think.
Yeah, losers semis. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Okay, for the next losers game, we're gonna have Gekow versus Scopedog, Sol versus Zato.
Alright, another classic matchup. You know, almost everything I've learned about this matchup is from back in the day when there was that big setup match. Uehara Daigo Sol versus... who was it? It was...
Ogawa?
Oh, it was Ogawa, right, yeah. And there was so much interesting tech that I've never actually seen before, and never even seen since.
Yeah, overall, this matchup is really interesting. Like, both characters have really strong tools against each other. Air dash. No pickup from that counter hit. Gekow ends up winning the Blitz War, but does not get anything from it.
I'm not making...
trying to be a bit DPC, but it did not work out at the end. Good Nobiru. Scopedog just jumping around. Nobiru not doing it though. Gekow FD in every single Nobiru.
Ooh, the 2S was active. Very aggressive for burst for Gekow, but it ends up not paying off. Alright, no counter hit for the Fafnir. Get to keep the position, but no combo.
A really nice ground game by Scopedog right now, using that Eddie jab. Easily my favorite tool Zato has at his disposal. Really nice use of Nobiru.
Damn, even though Scopedog got that anti-air, you know, being able to delete little guy is actually like pretty decent, even if you get hit as like a stray hit as Sol. I guess that's why they often just, you know, straight up DP, even if you know you get punished, as long as you get to snipe little guy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, also, he's not going to come back to the Oki. When it comes to playing versus Zato, life is a resource. Just like meter is and burst is, so is life. If you have it available, definitely using it to force a hit and make sure Eddie is out, or you're not gonna get knocked down, not gonna be put in a bad position. It's all good.
Oh my god! Oh, just a little too far!
Misses the wild throw, and 5P takes it. Game number 1 going to Scopedog.
But not too far from being able to, take it as well as Gekow. Just a couple of... It's the finishing touch, the little bit of, stuff like just being couple pixels more forward to land those throws and stuff like that. Very respectful, doesn't even attempt the 6P.
Really nice Drunken Shade. Really nice ground game from Scopedog. Using Eddie in tandem to cover ground. Both Eddie jab, 2H to cover the air. Making it really difficult for Gekow to get in. Also nicely using Unsummon to prolong the time that Eddie is in the game. Carries into the corner. Like, you see this and you go, how is Zato supposed to be bad?
Yeah, it's you always ask that question when Zato is on a driver's seat, on the driver's seat. That kind of goes for a lot of characters in Guilty Gear. When you're attacking in this game, it just feels so good, regardless of who you are.
Exactly.
Scopedog 1 away from advancing. Let's see what Gekow has to say for that. Burst into the corner, doesn't get the summon out in time. And now lots of blocking on the horizon for Gekow.
Yeah, Gekow ends up blocking almost everything until the final drill. Gekow once again winning the Blitz War. Missing the Oki, but the damage has been dealt. The life lead is there. And Zato not really having too many wake-up options. Also having questionable dead angle. However, Scopedog was able to just jump out. Somehow. Good air dash for Gekow. It's not it yet.
Ah, the 2P does it.
Yeah, 2P fighting each other, but finally Gekow takes this round.
And more importantly, both players get to keep their burst for the last round. Here's one for actually both players using their burst very early.
Really nice Drunken Shade. Gets the air combo. Eddie is back, but there's a clean knockdown. Tries to backdash, but there's the aerial hit. Full root. Just
and now what you gonna do?
The damage. Blitz throw though. This could be significant. I mean, there's gonna be side dust. Gets the unsummon, resets the Oki. Unsummon once again. 2H, what? That was like the deepest 2H I've ever seen. I'm fascinated that 2H did not lose.
God, Gekow has to be so close to getting stunned. But now with all this meter, here's a gold burst from Scope.
Both players just gold bursting each other. There is the Dolphin Super.
Great White? Really? Is that the best option in that situation? I mean, it worked out.
Seems it is. Yo, QK, I have to share some lore with you. Do you know why I've never used Great White?
Why is that?
Because I did not know the input. I literally did not open the command list ever for Great White because I was too afraid that I would find it out and just try it and lose games because of it. So for years, I did not even know how to do Great White.
Kind of like, not knowing... It's like it being okay if you don't know the input for Dragon Install, if you don't know the input for Hemi Jack or other gimmick-ish moves of the sort.
Yeah. All right, Scopedog. I mean, also in the bracket, this is for the stream organizer. That Gekow and Scopedog's score is probably incorrect, since it shows Gekow winning and Scopedog advancing. But that being said, right now, it seems that we are continuing with our losers games. So we've seen Scopedog right now, we've seen EIiitti just a bit ago, and now we are going to be seeing them against each other. Zato versus Millia, Lord significant matchup, I guess. I don't know the lore of Guilty Gear, but I assume it is lore significant.
Yeah, I guess these characters have a little bit of history.
Also, a really tough matchup for Zato. Like, one of the things... We'll see if EIiitti is going to go for those things, like Wake Up Backdash. But even... Because when I was saying that using life as a resource is definitely a thing, it's even more so for Emea, since in her case, it's so hard to lock her down and pin her down. Forcing an air hit on every single knockdown is just so annoying. And of course, Pin able to just snipe Eddie or deal with Nobiru. Jump H, really scary. It's just so difficult for Zato to survive in the neutral. So let's see how this is going to go. If Scopedog is going to be able to find his way, stop Emea. Really bad hair card there. Very important burst for EIiitti to get.
Yo! The pickup? Doesn't quite get to finish it though. But here we go.
There's the knockdown. Go slow twice in a row. Emea players will call this reads.
God, there are so many mix-ups there. One of the best situations you can put your opponent into. Have them in the corner. Secret garden. You get like 2 to 3 mix-ups. Maybe even more. I'm not a Emea tech
The
specialist.
burst doesn't work out, and I mean, it's not gonna come back. That's pretty much it. At that point, it's guaranteed. Scopedog is not gonna have it. Gets the knockdown with drill though. EIiitti gets hit. Used his dead angle to get out, but the damage has been dealt. Scopedog does have life lead, and the thing is that Emea has so little health that can be big, but beautiful defense until the end. There's RC. I know it doesn't look like much because it's just 2D, but that RC gives Zato the knockdown. Enabled this to get from bad to worse to horrible.
That Scopedog playing that really well. Had to spend a lot of time after finishing that combo so that little guy comes back. Was able to do it perfectly. Spent the meter. Spent the command grab. Oh! Pin in a difficult position. Let's see if EIiitti does pick it up back.
Really nice FD to not get hit by that 6P. Good counter hit on 2H. Force knockdown. Another good hit. Well, tries to go for the really good combo, but Emea a bit too light for that work at that height. But I mean, the damage has been dealt. The Blitz not working out. Scopedog, everything is going well for him right now. It's gonna be so tough for EIiitti to take it. But that could be the game changer. Knockdown, good block on the Bad Moon.
But it's still going.
Scopedog still blocking. Has to block, but cannot block forever. Scopedog taking game number 1. Those 2H counter hits have been putting so much work for him. So much value.
Yeah, we're talking about how difficult those air combos are to hit confirm, but if you get a big counter hit, that gives you so much more time.
And I mean, that's pretty much the best starter Zato can get.
Look at it, just casually instant blocking the pin, run by, and now we're in the corner.
Clean knockdown, EIiitti mashing low blitz. Mavaru is a mid, no! Dream advice, don't wake up blitz against Eddie.
Unblockable? Oh, initially actually getting the blitz.
Yeah, but at the end, seems that they did not block the follow-up. Utilizing Blitz, the unblockable setup, is more of a 50-50, since low and high cannot hit on the same frame of strike and projectile. But even then, you still have to block the follow-up hits. Alright, there's the unsummon. It's always an interesting choice if Zato decides to go for unsummon after Side Dust or the unblockable.
Oh no! EIiitti getting the big hit! And now...
Scopedog saw it! Like, he saw the reaction was there for Charge Blitz, and then he just got hit. But no life on EIiitti's side, and finally the Nobiru takes it.
Damn. It's like Scopedog is gonna be the stronger player today, sending EIiitti out of the tournament.
Getting into losers finals, guaranteeing the top 3 placing for them. Okay. And we are back live from Vortex Gallery Online 2023, commentating live from Lisbon. And QK, which city are you from?
Helsinki.
From Helsinki, so both from the capitals, making this an online cross-European experience. We are in the top 3. That being said, if you are enjoying yourself, if you like this tournament, if you want to support the players, take a look at the Matcherino link sent into the chat. There are still some codes which can be claimed. 34 are remaining. If you want to support the tournament, give some love to the players, definitely claim those. If you want to get some merchandise for Vortex Gallery, you can visit the store. Now here we go.
Definitely EU classic Kidiot, PsychedelicPet. This often tends to go like, depending on the day, one way or one way or another. It's like both of these players have taken tournaments against each other.
Yeah, I mean, after all, QK, you say it nicely. You make it sound like it's a big anime thing, that there's 4 kings of Europe, but it is the case. These guys are just constantly on the top 4 placements together.
It also has to do a little bit about, you know, how active the players are as well. It's like PsyPet, Kidiot, they've just been there through the whole, you know, Strive release arc. They never left this game. They've been playing it all the time, and it really shows.
It shows, exactly. I mean, round number 1 going so well for PsychedelicPet. Seeing it, as QK said, like, if the character is in the driver's seat, you are constantly wondering, why are they low tier? What's their problem? What's bad about them?
Kinda lucky for Kidiot, that was not a counter hit. Still in the corner.
A really nice IB on the jump S. Gets the throw, gets the buster.
Are they able to finish here? Spending the burst. But why? Why not?
I think that's it.
Yeah. Just one opportunity is all that it takes. Kind of difficult to neutral against Johnny, but when they're blocking in the corner, yeah, they're gonna get busted like everybody else.
All right, Pet's taking game number 1. Remember, this is first to 3 since we are looking at winners finals. All right, 2D knockdown, gets level 3 already, so this is pretty good for Kidiot. He did use his burst, which can end up pretty badly. But I mean, any hit can do so much damage, carry into the corner.
Ooh, the delay, and now the laser beam.
Like that, and hits the railgun, and bursting here at any place is going to be so difficult, if not impossible. Nice cross-up, good block, but... Oh, and that's it, the burst! The mechanic for extending Johnny combos. Solid defense by Pet.
Ooh, but that
wasn't even there. Used so much meter for FD, but now there's the jumping knockdown. PsychedelicPet's delay jump D to get counter hit.
What a frame kill! Go for like 5 Ps.
Alright, let's see. Good block on the air dash. Kidiot escaping, but no! Hammerfall gets blown up, and this should be it. No, it's not! But it is. Kidiot finding the Mr. Finer at the end, taking the round.
Nice meeting Pet in the air.
Not possible to lead into knockdown, but nonetheless, gets some damage in, some meter gain. But now Kidiot is in a pretty bad position. Blitz ends up working. Yet somehow Kidiot gets knocked down once again. I feel like both players are very often getting some significant advantage, but their defense, their bar, is just able to deal with that, prevent the other player from keeping the momentum.
Alright, first time that Kidiot has level in this round. And now every single hit confirm is gonna hurt so much more. That is.
How is this round 50 seconds and they're all only on 50% HP? It feels like there's so many small, like really good hits, but nothing happens from them. But I may have to swallow my words, because right now Kidiot got full roots, gets the corner knockdown. Good block on the gold burst. That was not a punish. But Pet still got hit nonetheless. and Kidiot evening up the score 1-1.
That's kind of the universal game plan against Johnny. If you can keep Johnny at level 1, like eating small hits here and there, it's not too bad. As long as you don't eat that, like, oh, that's as soon as...
Yeah, that's
I would say
really bad. I mean, the damage is not there, but who cares? Because right now, Kidiot is pretty much the winning position. Really important burst for Pets.
Hurts so much.
Yeah, and I mean, Pot has so much health and still so much damage. Nothing is going right for Pets. Instant kill, no? Ah, round number 1. Perfect.
Exactly enough coins to, you know, finish the deal. That's kind of an interesting thing against Potemkin versus Johnny. As Johnny, you can't use as many coins for, like, neutraling necessarily, because you need a lot of those coins for your combos to finish Potemkin cleanly.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's not too much of a commitment since Treasure Hunt exists.
Mm-hmm. Kidiot is pretty strong with those conversions.
Yeah, and I mean, Pet did get a clean knockdown in the corner, however, jumps over the charge blitz. Pet, not like this. That could have been like the game-changing moment, just Buster as a punish.
Oh yeah.
Clean IK conversion, and Kidiot makes it 2-1. Pet is not very happy, but at the same time, he gives a shout-out that the Buster was cool.
I can't believe that Kidiot actually got that coin cancel out and was able to break the armor from Kidiot, which led into basically this finishing sequence. Oh, the Beatty maneuver, holding the Mistfinder in the air, sort of floats Johnny's momentum.
There's level 2 for Kidiot, so any hit can now lead into good damage, such as right there. Good Forest, that's not bursting, knows that the mechanic only exists to help Kidiot. Hammerfall ends up working out. Let's see, there's the Buster. Can he continue the Oki? Can he get another hit? Hammerfall! Really good burst from Kidiot, but the life is even now. Still not going to kill, but...
Ooh, just a little too far.
Yeah, good jump out by Kidiot. Oh, now this is the moment, this is the momentum shift for Kidiot. See, it's YYRC for the Oki, good block. Good jump out by Kidiot as well. The dash forward, slide head. Yo, fuck Johnny. I will say it. I'll say it.
Other characters might have to backdash, might have to jump, might have to instant air dash. Not Johnny. Johnny can also forward dash that. And I think that's like often enough stuff like forward dashing stuff in general is not very easy on reaction for Johnny, but I think against Potemkin's slide head, it's actually pretty consistent.
Yeah, I mean, slide head is one of those moves that I think that most people, and it's probably because Pot is low tier, so people don't know, like, don't play the matchup as well as they could. But, like, for instance, a lot of people's reaction to slide head is up back, because you jump, so you up back. When in reality, why not instant air dash every single time? In theory, you should be able to just jump forward. But it's just so something that people are not used to at all. And forward dash, since Johnny's slightly privileged, it all works out. But Kidiot, game number 1 looked like, initially it looked like it would be so even, or that both characters are just really close, but then Kidiot just got so much momentum.
Yeah, Kidiot, sort of known to be a slow starter sometimes, needed only one game to adjust, and Kidiot is gonna be in the king's seat for today. And now, going to losers finals.
Losers finals, Scopedog Pet. So we have seen Scopedog play versus Leapfrog, and he did make it clear that he is here to make it tough for Pot. That this is the matchup he wants to dominate. However, Pet is a different kind of Potemkin player. Different playstyle, different experiences, different approach overall. So let's see. Is the different playstyle going to work out, or are we going to see a similar experience? Right now, Pet has all the pressure going for him. Nice far S to stop Hammerfall.
Multiple hitting normals, definitely a boon against Hammerfall.
Alright, clean confirm on the Mabaru. Really good burst for Pet. Pet kind of just staying away, hoping that Eddie would die. He kind of does, but at the same time, Scopedog was able to deepen the life lead. Scopedog uses the Forest so nicely to deal with Hammerfall. Forest, of course, naturally multi-hit, no hit stop, so it deals with Hammerfall pretty much always. And that is really beautiful music.
Another nasty thing for Potemkin in this matchup, even if you manage to snipe the little guy, it's so hard to catch Zato after that, to capitalize on that. Oh my goodness, Scopedog jumping into the burst!
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Zato's aerial mobility just makes it so difficult overall for Pot to get anywhere. Like, Zato is, it's so nice to just run around. And there's like even one position in neutral which is easily the worst Pot can ever be in, which is that you put Drill right in front of his face. He wants to flick, doesn't work, he gets it. He wants to slide hit, doesn't work, counter hit. So much chip damage for that pressure, Drill Nobiru, and this should be it? Okay, that's good.
My goodness.
Scopedog almost broke my heart there with the 5P.
PsychedelicPet has been able to dodge this bad matchup so far in the bracket, but in the end, you have to face your demons. You have to beat Scopedog, maybe one of the top Zato players in EMEA.
Alright, Mega Fist is not punished. Pet might have found the recipe to take it. Mega Fist is a really good tool in the matchup since it can go over 2S Drill, for instance. Right now, good jump out. There is the 2D knockdown, instant air dashes to get the corner position. However, does not finish the combo, and right now it looks so bad.
Another really good opportunity to use forward Mega Fist, especially with that amount of meter. The little Eddie, gone. You only need one more hit. Just go in RC. Xrd. This is where it starts.
Yeah, right now it's really close to getting from bad to worse. Slide head unblockable. The 6K loop is there. Good burst by Scopedog, but he will need to be really on point to take this round over. Head blocking, high option. That is exactly what I was saying. Mega Pistol over 2S Drill. However, 2H counter hit, really good tool against Pot as well.
Ooh, even the IB not getting you enough frames.
2D whiffing, but the Mega Pistol does it.
Scopedog showed a really nice counterplay against the forward Mega Fist. Oftentimes, unless you IB it, you're not gonna get much. Like you're not gonna be able to hard punish it. The other option is to spend 25 and go for a blitz instead, which Scope utilized once there.
Really nice. Oh, that was such a beautiful conversion option. All right, kind of greedy with those puddle summons, but it keeps working out. Gets a nice crouching confirm.
Nice double jump. But
this Trishula can be such a game changer.
Oh wait, hello? Scope's still alive?
Wire C? Dude, did he just avoid a throw because of Wire C?
Oh no. Pet, you might have thrown it. You might have to use burst here.
Using the burst, but I mean, right now Eddie is out. Nice Eddie jab to deal with Hammerfall. There's one more OP option. It does not work out, but no, Pet.
A tragic ending to the round. I think PsychedelicPet had it, but the little drop there.
At the end, Pet was kind of seeing the air dash so high, wanted to throw, but the 2K ended up hitting. That's a low button. All right, good Nobiru. Damage is there. Shadow Gallery OTGs, and as a result, all of that life lead is now over. On the contrary, Pat has the life lead. Heat Knuckle
corner carry. Let's see, is there any... Okay, just meaty 5H.
Get out of there, summon.
Scopedog really likes its 2D instant air dash ender to get the corner position.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Set up your win
Really
condition.
nice blocks on the empty lows by Pet. Dead angle not punished.
And we're out. But any touch. Mega Fist forward. But of course.
Yeah, Mega Pistol has been doing so much for Pet in this set. Yeah, jumping over Forest, that's like the one thing why Forest isn't the absolute go-to button in this matchup. Jump exists, so does Mega Pistol. Look at the guard gauge though, any counter hit can just end it. I'm waiting for that 1-2H or flick.
Oh, you're done.
I mean, this is... There's the meter. RC. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, and Zato, I think, is one of the Zero Guts characters as well. So
Exactly.
that's gonna deal full unscaled, well, almost full damage.
Yeah.
Technically full damage.
Gut Zero does have certain Gutspiration, but it's, of course, much lower than the others. Okay, nice pickup with the 5 PPs. Pretty nice IBs by Scopedog, but the life lead is there. Let's see if he's going to be able to get something really nice smash with 2P to kill Eddie summon.
And a super jump air throw.
Right now, Pet is playing just so well. It's so difficult for Scopedog to find any good position for himself.
Look at that.
5P after Mega Pistol. Not a bad option, especially with IB. But continue the Gatling and it ends up getting backdash busted because of that.
It's kind of like we talked earlier, it's the IB or the Blitz, unless you get one of those, the Mega Fist forward is not punishable, and unless you have a good option select that covers Potemkin's buttons after the Mega Fist, as well as his backdash, well, it gets kind of tricky.
Good Shadow Gallery though. No combo afterwards, but even the 3 hits just did so much damage.
Oh, the hard bait.
Both players kind of just delay air dash, ground throw, or delay forward to ground throw.
Nice side switch. And finds the hit as well. Is this gonna be enough?
I mean, the meter is there only at the end. OTG takes it. The OTG was not true, but it's all good. It's all good.
Good presence of mind from Scope.
All's well that ends well. Yeah, and I mean, of course, the score is 2-1. This is Scopedog. Like, if there is a time to win, it's right now for Scopedog, and this is the round, pretty much. All right, unsummon. Good burst by Pet, but the puddle summon Nobiru. Combo is not there. Spends RC to get a clean knockdown. All right, let's see if this is going to be. This is going to be unblockable. Goes. Oh my god. The Gigantor did not save him at the end of the day. 2H counter hit. Easy pickup, 5P air combo. And we're at 2-2.
I was sweating there a little. Maybe that Gigantor on counter hit trade would have stunned Scopedog.
It could have happened, it's true.
I think, and that might have been what, PsychedelicPet was hunting for as well.
Really nice IBs from Scopedog right now. And now you're stuck in the blender. Mega Pistol able to get out though. Good 6P counter hit. That anti-air doing so much damage. Pretty much 50% counter. Really nice spacing on the drill. Alright, 5H into summon. Eddie is there, but no, gets air thrown. In the corner, let's see the mix-up. What's going to happen? 6K, no IBs and gets busted. RC.
Okay. Yeah, and Scopedog at this point can't really justify the burst.
Yeah.
Again, set point. PsychedelicPet.
Bad burst, but no punish. Really nice jump over. Right now, things are working so well for Pat. 1 round away. Scopedog already 50% HP. Able to mash out though. Pet does have dead angle. Let's see if he's going to be using it. Everything is blocked. Pet's defense right now is so good. Scopedog is it so difficult to open up Pet, and that Buster takes it 3-1.
But that was a really valiant effort. 2-3 against PsychedelicPet. It would have been such a massive upset if Scopedog managed to get it, but here we are, back to the classics. Kidiot on the winner's bracket, PsychedelicPet on the loser's side.
Yeah. Congratulations to Scopedog for the 3rd place. And now we're going to be seeing Pet versus Kidiot. So we have seen this. We have seen this in winners finals. So let's see, is the result going to be any different? It was really interesting, the winners finals, because it very much seemed that initially the games were really even. It was difficult for Kidiot to find clean hits. But as the games were progressing, just so much momentum. It's just... But okay, now we're entering the grand finals. That being said, last call, last opportunity. If you're like these players, you can support them. Claiming the codes on Matcherino, there is still 31 codes available to be claimed. And by doing so, ensure the happiness of these players. Now, here we are in grand finals. Pet's already getting some solid damage on Kidiot. Q, are you seeing this?
Even though Kidiot is getting hit here, they do have the level 2 secured, so any hit here would be a potential comeback. But now you're blocking the pressure. Ooh, nice up and out.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a bit tough for Kidiot to turn around. Johnny's damage is, of course, really good, but at the same time, this is a bot we're talking about.
Ooh, go for a max amount of loops. Ah, but not against the coin. Tried to be sneaky there. Kidiot with 100 meter, set up the unblockable.
Goes for the UB setup, spending the burst. Pet wants to take it this round. But not able to at the end. Kind of gamble there for the burst. The low HP. And the gamble, unfortunately for Pet, did not end up working out.
Ooh, important that Pet was able to block there just before the coin hit, but not that time. In situations like this, I think it's okay to trade against Potemkin, even if you take a decent amount of damage, as long as you get the hit in, the coin hit, and your level. We are Gucci.
Everything is going so right for Kidiot. He's level 3. Pet is in the corner. But there we go. This could be a big momentum shift.
Yo, just 5P into the laser hit conversion! Kidiot!
No. Yo!
What?
5P? The suddenly new go-to anti-air, new meta? 5P railgun.
God damn.
Mist finest. The finest of mists.
Pet tried to run the counter strategy, bursting against the OTG coin.
Exactly as I was saying, like, suddenly Kidiot was doing, as an answer to Slide Hit, instant air dash. And even though there was no punish, even that is a mix-up, obviously.
We are evolving. However, now problem here for Kidiot, we are almost out of coins and Potemkin still has half health left.
Yeah, however, he does have 50%, so Treasure Hunt is on the table, but no coins, no longer 50%. Not spending that Mist Finder on the conversion. Now Kidiot is. There we go.
Smart.
I even feel like Kidiot was on purpose delaying that combo so that he would ensure with that walk forward that there was no longer any YRC negative tension penalty.
Oh my god, Potemkin jump D, an extra overhead?
There we go with a buster. Beautiful comeback from Pet.
Playing that jump D as if you were like Ino or Sin. That's kinda cool. Flick. Coin is nullified.
Strong instant air dash. Pet ends up blocking it. Level 3 already. good buster. Goes empty mid with the 2P.
I got the IAB, but still not enough frames to do anything at landing.
And those FDs have pushed Kidiot so far. Like, Kidiot used so much meter for that FD, but it doesn't really matter since he had so much of it. Johnny's meter gain, of course, definitely one of the better ones.
Oh my god, it ends up backdashing!
The backdash to deal with the missed finer.
And now this is level 1 Johnny!
This is level 1 Johnny. I mean, the meter is not there. It's very unlikely we see any treasure hunt.
That's gonna be like at least 2 or 3 combos, maybe even more.
I mean, not only that, even worse. K missed fine does not knock down. So even if there would be the clean hits, there would not be the knockdown. Pet's able to take it. 1-1.
That's definitely one way to run the mix-up. Just play long enough so that Kidiot just naturally runs out of coins. And I guess that's one of the reasons why these, matches, these rounds have been going almost down to the wire.
Beautiful 6B anti-air. Pet's immediately bursting. Doesn't wait for anything, but now there's the clean hit for Kidiot. Just a little bit of guard gauge and that is so much damage.
I feel like whenever you're... Oh, but hold that thought! Kidiot won the burst point.
Yeah, the thing is, Kidiot has all the meter available. He has the coins. So YYRC goes high. 6K, 6K. I mean, Kidiot can pretty much do absolutely anything he wants to right now. Pet ends up getting the slight hit though. This could be big. This could be the comeback situation.
Ooh, good trade!
6K. Air throw to deal with a forward tech.
Did I see a backwards? No.
No, we did not. I was also seeing something, but no. And
First time Kidiot brings the reversal super on the table. Ooh, no coin cancel there for 2D. Kidiot still at level 1 for now. Oh, look at that again, the forward dash!
the dash is a commitment, T Johnny players. Alright, solid defense from Pet, but cannot block forever. Gets opened up by Johnny. Kidiot dropped the combo, but the damage has been dealt. Not hard read, not if Pet gets a clean hit though. Wake up mash 2P. Ends up working out. Leapfrog hoping for the buster. Kidiot kinda ready for that.
Yo! Reversal!
What you doing to H for, Kidiot? What you doing to H for?
So that's the move that PsychedelicPet has been trying to hard read this whole time with those reversal heavenlies, huh?
Yeah, and it all works out. I mean, 1-1. Both on games, both on rounds. Pet making this as difficult as possible for Kidiot to take the tournament. 2D for the footsies. Let's see. Beautiful air throw. Get back on the ground.
Ooh, was that actually a punish from Potemkin? 5 heavy? No, that shouldn't be a counter hit.
Alright then, I mean, this is it. Even if it doesn't kill, there's the RC, ICPM, OTG. That takes it. Pet! With a strong read of Heavenly, then clean round, takes game number 3. Score being 2-1.
Getting ever so closer to resetting the bracket. But Kidiot! Not phased at all, just dash forward round start. Get the party started!
Pet using the dead angle. Hammerfall RC, baiting the burst. A bit too hard, but nonetheless Kidiot did end up using it. 6-speed clash. Beautiful FD cancel. The misfire is not working out. Pet does end up getting hit, but that was such a good recognition of the clash.
Lots of coins being spent here. Kidiot skipped a level? I think they're on level 1. But then again, PsychedelicPet is so low on health, so any combo could potentially be...
Yo, beautiful hammerfall! YRC gets the Buster and next it could do it, but... Kidiot's Abare has been putting so much work, like the mash 2P, now the throw. That has been putting so much work.
Yeah.
Kidiot is making it so difficult for Pet to run any kind of OP.
Rotating their options very bravely. We have the level, dropping the Zweikasse.
Good RC, kind of necessary to survive. The meter has been spent, but who cares when the knockdown is so clean, the life lead is so big. Good jump forward.
Just railgun. Just do it.
Kidiot really likes that, testing if you're teching into FD or not, and a lot of the times, I think almost every single time during this tournament, nobody has so far. Trying to reach, trying to pray to the gods of 6P, but no! Johnny out of reach! And Kidiot has a tournament point here. Very good start, gets level 2. Now the rewards are on the table. No hit confirm.
Alright, beautiful. Gets the hammerfall break buster. Empty low for the Oki, but ends up getting gold bursted. Alright, this should not hit. Not only does it not hit, there's the counter hit. And I think Kidiot was actually hit outside of RC startup frame.
Yeah, that must have been an attempt to YRC, but alas, has too much startup. Ooh, big counter hit, and Kidiot doesn't have a burst here! This is gonna hurt so much! This could even be a stun! Try to reset. No dice.
A bad hammerfall. Ends up being punished on block. Kidiot carrying Pet into the corner. This is going to be a clean knockdown. Pet has all of the meter. Can do some silly mix-ups, some nonsense. Mega Fizz gets punished with a throw.
Interesting question here. Is Pet gonna save this burst, or are they gonna try to gamble for this round?
I mean, the score is 2-2. 6H hitting, 5K ends up heading the backdash as well. But Kidiot not having any levels. Pet was able to get out of the corner. Is able to jump out of the slide head, but this is exactly what Pet needs to reset the bracket.
Oh my god. Any hit is enough. The flick! Hitbox actually reaches!
I mean, the hitbox reaches everywhere. Fuck Flick. Pet takes it, 3-2. Resets the bracket. Presses return to the room to make sure he knows the score. I'm confident that's the reason. There we go, bracket reset, sending Kidiot into the losers. We are continuing. Pet able to take it. Let's see. Did Pet find the weakness of Kidiot Johnny? What do you think, UK?
And if they did, what is it? What is the weakness?
I mean, right now, they probably didn't see that they're the one in the corner. Kind of
Maybe being conscious of the burst. Let's jump out, but
the backdash buster ends up taking it after all.
that's a lot of damage. And
But
now,
I mean, Kidiot has all of the resources, but the buster is there. Combo gets dropped. 6P as a counter, but we strive now.
God, that's so much meter for both players. Unblockable.
Out of the slide head. Slide head ends up doing it, and Pet takes it. PsychedelicPet just getting so much pressure in the corner, so much clean momentum. Nice hammer falls. Good counter. It was a very important burst for Kidiot.
Getting put in the corner, but Kidiot did get a level for their troubles there. However,
Kidiot is in the corner. Meaty 2K.
backdash ends up working out. But I mean, we've been in a similar position before. Pet with life lead. It is more on Kidiot to get in than the other way around. But Kidiot showing that he is able to do it. This is going to be corner carry. No knockdown, but still keeps the position. Very good Mega Pistol.
Oh, there it is again! After the blocked forward Mega Fist, going for a Kara throw. I wonder if the 6K is actually gonna catch Potemkin out of the backdash in that situation.
I wouldn't be surprised. I was thinking about the exact same thing. But Kidiot ends up taking round 1, showing that he's not going to make this easy for Pet at all.
First is out of the question for Kidiot. If anything positive, there wouldn't be a next round anyway, so not gonna need that one anymore.
Alright, nice backdash. Hard read does not end up working out, but there's the Buster.
Oh my god, the 5 heavy! Why is an anti-air?
However, no true pickup. Kidiot just spent a level 3 for nothing. Gets carried into the corner, only has 2 coins. Unblockable is there, ICP OTG does not kill.
Oh, here we go. Do we hit
There
it?
we go. Stance dash treasure hunt. No, once again dropped.
Ah,
And that's taken game number 1.
the Swedish resets not quite working out there for Kidiot.
The Swedish resets. I mean, isn't it a Swedish reset or the country name reset only if it ends up comboing afterwards? If it's a drop that combos?
That's a good question. You have to ask the master Zaka himself.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. But Q, are you seeing this Pet kind of doing the impossible in a way?
Yeah, now for the first time in the set, actually in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Pet's having the lead, 1-0.
But they're still...
The missed find to get the snipe, flick, flick, flick.
Oh my god, that was...
But I mean, right now, Kidiot at level 3, the life lead is there, meter lead. Right now, Kidiot has every single thing necessary to take this. No coins, but, I mean, Stance Dash Treasure Hunt exists. If need be. Drops the combo, though? I was saying that Kidiot has everything he needs, but that might have been wrong.
What he needed the most was the position. There we go. We have the position back. Oh my god, actually canceling the glow slash in time, breaking the hammerfall.
And that's gonna be it. Missed Finer, level 2. Easy combo, not overcomplicating anything. Kidiot takes round number 1. Rouser slide head, getting under Forest. But not really any kind of value from that. On the contrary, Pet is now in the corner. Guard gauge was there, so the combo already getting him to 50%.
Ah, Kidiot. During the forward dash, sees the blitz, and now it's time.
To show us some nice dust loops.
Yeah, and you bet your ass that it's almost impossible to burst up against the
Kidiot trying to be like... Oh! Kidiot trying to be somewhat burst safe there, figures something out, but then it just all works out.
And at the end, you know, that's sort of what you would do every single time. The opponent has 1 little pixel left, you have 50 meter, might as well check if they're gonna burst. And indeed, PsychedelicPet was reaching for it. Oh, I think that was a good burst timing. Kidiot didn't get a level for that. But now level 2, back in business. Again, the slide head, countering far slash from Johnny.
Right now, Hammerfall, good RST from Kidiot.
Ooh, not this time.
Yeah, not this time. No Gatling. Hammerfall ends up hitting. 6H knockdown. Kidiot does a beautiful backdash. Baiting the dead angle. And Pet taking it. Once again, in the lead, scores 1-1, but the round advantage is on Pet's side.
Another thing that you really have to have a counter plan against, because Johnny's dead angle is one of the best in the game. Very hard to punish on normal block.
Yeah, pretty much have to instant block really. Oh, I don't know. I think Pot might be privileged that Buster is always going to be in range, even on normal block. Not sure. I would.
Yeah, I guess I'd say so.
Really nice combo. I mean, the knockdown wasn't there, but suddenly Kidiot's life got deleted. It's all gone. I mean, not all, but compared to what it was before, Kidiot carrying into the corner, getting the knockdown, goes high with a swipe port wire C.
It's a Swaikatsu, and
not this time. However, Pet escapes out of the corner, which is already good.
yeah, I think that's worth 100 meter for sure, or 50 meter rather. Ah, but Kidiot finds the hit. Any hit with those levels, you know it's Johnny stuff. Oh, that's big. Level 2 round starts. Well, got burst for his troubles, but now... trying to desperately find the burst point.
Close as a punish. Everything is going so good for Kidiot right now, but... just as I said that, Pet carrying Kidiot in the corner.
Oh, and it's still going.
Kidiot gets carried into the corner with the jump pressure resets. Slide at 6K loop.
Is this a stun / kill? No? Okay.
Stunning Johnny is a bit too hard, but that should be it. That should be it. Pet. Once again in the lead, 2-1.
Pet needs one more to bring home this miraculous run back from the losers bracket.
And Kidiot winning the round star, getting the knockdown, but still being level 1. Nice up back out of the slide head.
That's a lot of trades, a lot of counter hits going back and forth. Looking for that conversion, here it is. But it was level 1!
No knockdown afterwards.
Still struggling to find that level.
Yeah, Flick ends up hitting. Flick, deceptively massive hitbox. Like, the animation is not there, but it is very, very big. And Pet takes it. We're very nonchalant about this, but truth is, Pet is on the tournament point.
Very brave dash.
This could pretty much be it. Right, Kidiot. Good gold burst. ICPM knockdown. Pet's going for a very hard reach 2H, going like, I want the fattest hit possible. Kidiot going, you know what, I'm gonna block for once.
You know, when PsychedelicPet is on the lead, they love to do a lot of fancy-looking showman stuff. Let's see this Oki from Kidiot. Ooh, just empty travel.
There is the forward dash once again over slide head. I'm very sure that Pet is so going like, yeah, this is so reasonable. Pet's just going in his mind, this was so fun. Thank you, Johnny. But I mean, still, even though Kidiot won that round, he's not out of the danger just yet. Pet is still on tournament point. Oh, clean! Really nice IRIBs. There we go, Hammerfall wire C's. Far's counter hit, but no confirm from Kidiot afterwards. Good air throw, gets into level 3.
I like this from PsychedelicPet. As soon as Kidiot got the level, PsychedelicPet.
The backdash! The backdash of Johnny is so fast, the empty buster works for it anyways.
Oh, these plus frames!
Horrible burst!
Hellfire, is that gonna be?
Yes,
Yes!
There was that one pixel Kidiot needed to make this IKable, and he was 2-2.
You know, while he was inputting that combo, just doing the autopilot, letting his hands do the thing, he was looking at that health gauge, determining if PsychedelicPet was to go into Hellfire, and as soon as he did, the IK comes out, and we are on the last match. of this tournament.
We are on the deciding match. After the reset, we are at 2-2. Pet getting the first clean hit, putting Kidiot in a really bad spot in the corner. ICPM. Kidiot able to mash out though. Solid defense until the end, but really nice burst from Pet.
Ooh, that was a nice arc from
Beautiful air dash from Kidiot, carrying Pet into the corner. He goes for the unblockable, but level 1, no coin, spends the meter. That's it. Kidiot 1 round away from taking Vortex Gallery online 2023 Emea region.
God, what a back and forth match this has been. Pot still, or Pat, not ready to give up.
Jump PP staircase is down, but afterwards, Kidiot just throws. Hard baits the burst as well. Mistfinder carry into the corner. No pickup available since there was no meter, but Hammerfall RC. Both players spending all of their meter to keep the safety. Alright, using the Mistfine as an anti-air. Beautiful use of coin. Block! Level 2 Mistfinder TK for the instant overhead. And Kidiot at the end takes it 3-2. We have the winner of Vortex Gallery Online 2023 Emea edition. Kidiot, second place going to PsychedelicPet. Third representing Portugal, Scopedog.
Woohoo, good stuff. Yeah, Kidiot, I gotta say, out of the top dogs of the EMEA community, I would say Kidiot has been, again, on the rise recently. In addition to, I would say, Pidia. So many events for Kidiot they're taking in within like a short period of time. Came to Finland as well. Took our humble little annual install 2022 as well. And this guy's gaming on the Xrd front.
Little humble install. Definitely Kidiot showing us why we are considering him easily one of the best players in the Europe. I mean, Pet also showing us why we're considering him one of the best players in Europe as well. But Kidiot able to clutch it out in the end.
Yeah, it takes definitely top level aura to fight another top level aura, as it seems. Like very few other players in this tournament and overall are able to go toe to toe with these behemoths. It's just like it was destined. It was destined for these two guys to meet in the grand finals once again and play it.
It really was. It really was. But yeah, this has been Vortex Gallery Online 2023 Emea Guilty Gear Xrd Rev2. If you liked what you saw, you can visit the Vortex Gallery store for some interesting merchandise. Display your love towards the fighting game scene. Show us some nice goodies. QK, it has been a pleasure commentating with you as always.
Hell yeah.
And that being said, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.